Blue skies, sparkling sunshine. Welcome in this Sunday on the shores of Lake Tahoe for the final round of the American Century Championship. If you didn't catch the action Saturday, oh man, it was tons of fun. Steph loves golf, we know that. But draining threes is how Curry makes his living. Patrick Mahomes doesn't usually do the tackling, but who wouldn't want to carry Justin Timberlake? Patrick's Kansas City teammate Travis Kelce isn't just a great tight end, he can also play some air guitar. As for the golf, one of the stars this week is Annika Sörenstam. Playing so well the first couple of days. How about this shot at the 12th? That close to the 5th ever ace in this championship's history. Now at the close of play yesterday, John Smoltz had an eagle try at 18 to take the outright lead. Looking to win for the very first time in his career here. And those 6 points mean the Hall of Fame pitcher is the man to beat on this Sunday at Edgewood Tahoe. NBC Sports is proud to present live final round coverage of the American Century Championship. For the 32nd consecutive year, the postcard setting that is Edgewood Tahoe Golf Course is staging this premier celebrity event. Nowhere in golf is there a better mix of entertainers, athletes, and television personalities than right here this week. And the format is modified Stableford, so aggressive play is rewarded. We saw the first ever double eagle earlier this week by Mike Modano. You just have to avoid those doubles so you don't get -2 on the scorecard. We have some highlights to pass along. Steve Sands so pleased to be alongside Peter Jacobson once again, and Steph Curry trying to get off to a fast start. Here's his second at the second.
Yeah, great drive here at number 2. I don't know if he wants to win the tournament or just beat his dad and brother in that bet that they've got.
Yeah, we'll get into that side change a little bit later in the show. How about Justin Timberlake? Saw him earlier on the range. Peter said everybody's treating him well. It's a fabulous week here in Tahoe. Loves being here.
Yeah, it's great to have him back this year. He missed last year, but what a huge addition he has been.
Terrific play underneath the hole there for Justin Timberlake. Now John Smoltz made a birdie at 4. Here's his tee shot at the 5th.
That eagle to finish last night was really something, and he's playing well. He could win this thing very easily.
Made that birdie putt at the 5th for back-to-back birdies. How about Jack Wagner at 61 years of age? A birdie at 5. And look out for Jack Wagner. He's only 3 points back of the lead, which is still held by John Smoltz, who has now gotten it all the way out to 58. So Smoltz is still the man on top of the board. Vinny Del Negro, what a wonderful 31 on the front side yesterday. He's still hanging around 4 points back.
Yeah, Vinny, the only problem he had, and he admitted it this morning to me at breakfast, was making a few putts. He got a little anxious. He came out of his putting stance. He moved his head. He said he's going to do better today.
There's Mark Mulder in a tie for 15th. Doesn't look like he's going to get that 4th ever win here at the American Century Championship. As we go back out to the action now at the 7th.
And Annika
welcome in Jimmy
Sörenstam.
Roberts.
Oh, sorry, Steve. Annika Sörenstam here on the tee at 7, par 3, 167 yards today. Hole location tucked in back of that bunker. That is choice. Annika said after a round yesterday, I love Sundays. Hopefully, I can save my best for last. A couple of rounds of 23 points each. Rounds of 72 and 70. Back to 6 now.
And the leader, John Smoltz.
He's getting dialed in with these short wedges. We saw it yesterday on the back 9, and so far today, ooh, not what we expected there. It's going to be a tough up and down if I think he's on the bank left.
Let's swing you back to the 7th.
And Steph Curry coming off of 2 double bogeys, 43 points. Also a couple of birdies early in the round. We saw one in the highlights earlier, and so an opportunity there, but it's going to be a long one for Curry to get 3 points back. And back to 6 now.
A little bit earlier, Vinny Del Negro.
Good hole location for him, back left with the left-hander, high cut.
Had the lead to himself for a long time yesterday, so maybe that'll help him get a little comfortable today in this position. And you know we have so much fun here, Peter, all week long, but Sunday is just a little different. They just turn up the notch. They tighten the screws a touch, don't they?
Yeah, I think it's a really interesting story. It's about the strength and the power of these athletes versus the experience and the precision of Annika. It's really a David versus Goliath story, but let me ask you, Steve, who's David and who's Goliath here in a golf event with a Hall of Famer like Annika?
There's so many people who are accomplished in their own fields, but Annika has been here before, has done this, not necessarily on this golf course in this championship, but she's sitting there right now, 7 points behind John Smoltz, but you still think she's the person to beat this day. Why?
Well, she doubled the first hole today, but she's got that experience. Yeah, she had fun in the Pro-Am in the first day and maybe yesterday, but she was the last one to leave the range. She putted for an hour afterwards because she wasn't happy with her putting. I think she's going to do it because she knows how to do this. A lot of these other guys, they don't know how to do it.
There's so many storylines to follow. We have it all covered for you here on NBC. It should be a lot of fun to see how the final round unfolds here at the American Century Championship. We've heard from Jimmy, Roger Maltby, Kurt Byram down on the ground. Damon Hack will handle all of the interviews for us as we go down to the ground. And welcome in, Roger, after that second from John Smoltz.
Thank you, Steve. His third shot now from a short-sided miss. Good lie in the bunker. I think he's just got to dump it out into the fringe and let it release. Just didn't quite get it. Going to work out. Going to leave himself a good 5 feet left, maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, he was lucky he got that ball in the bunker. Chipping off that hill would have been much more difficult.
Up to 7.
All right, Steph Curry now stalking the birdie putt here on the par 3. Kurt Byram's with this group. Kurt, what's left in this?
Yeah, he really needs to make a putt here and kind of get this thing turned around. After you mentioned back-to-back doubles the last 2 holes, so a good look here. These greens are really quick, and this green tilts towards the back of the green a little bit, so it's not an easy putt to make. It would be an easy one to run by 4 or 5 feet.
9th appearance for Steph Curry. Best finish, 4th in 2020 and 2017, also 2013 as well. Back to 6.
And Vinny Del Negro now, Roger.
Yeah, this is a great look. He's on the proper level of the hole. Underneath it, but to be aggressive with. Got a great shot at holding this.
First birdie of the day for Vinny Del Negro.
Better stroke there. You could see he didn't move before he made contact. He stayed down and through.
Vinny within 1. Now it's 7, and Annika Sörenstam, Jimmy.
Yeah, this birdie putt, carefully considering that. Peter mentioned she spent a lot of time on the green last night. Thought it was interesting, Kurt, she said last night after her round, she said, it's not about youth and power. She's 50 years old. Sometimes it's about maturity and having strategy and smarts on this golf course.
Well, the strategy worked out here. She put it past the hole, which means she's putting uphill. Real good chance to make one right here.
Is it going to go enough? Is it? Oh, man, she had that figured perfectly. Back to 6.
Jack Wagner to save his par.
Good 7 or 8 feet down here. Nope.
So a couple of birdies, couple of bogeys for Jack, 2-time champion. One of 2 guys to play in all 32 American Century Championships, Jim McMahon being the other. His last win was in 2011 when he was 51 years of age. This guy, John Smoltz, is trying to win it at 54 years old.
Well, don't care what league you're playing in. Final day of the tournament. These are the ones, Peter, you got to make.
The greens are firming up. You can see they're browning out just a little bit.
They look like they've picked up a little speed from yesterday. Should go just shade right. Oh, it stayed straight. I saw what he saw.
So a short miss from Smoltz, but the stroke looked okay.
Stroke looked good. Yeah, he's been putting well all week. In fact, remember the eagle putt we saw on 18? It was after we went off the air, but that was a beautiful, beautiful stroke. Not an easy putt.
Now here at the 9th, Justin Timberlake trying to get to 26 points. What's going on at 15, Jimmy?
Well, it's the mayor. Maybe it's the governor. Whatever the highest elected office you can have out here. Second shot for Charles Barkley. Beautiful shot. Who yesterday, by the way, had his best round ever here. Struggling a little bit today, but a great shot there on a beautiful day. Final round of the American Century Championship from Lake Tahoe. We'll be right back.
Hello, I'm Jonathan Thomas, President and CEO of American Century Investments, which is headquartered in Kansas City. We are proud to be the title sponsor for the 32nd Annual American Century Championship.
And I'm Patrick Mahomes, quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs, which also happens to be located in Kansas City.
Welcome, Patrick. We love to have you in Kansas City, but we're really excited and proud to have you out here in Lake Tahoe.
I had a fantastic time last year, and I'm super happy to have the fans here this year for the tournament.
Yeah, the fans change the atmosphere for sure. They bring a lot of energy. Some of the players even say it makes them play better. But let me ask you, Patrick, what's more nerve-wracking? Sitting in the pocket facing down some 300-pound linemen or teeing off on the 17th hole here?
I mean, that's a close one, but I would definitely say teeing off on 17 here. I mean, I'm kind of gotten used to the linemen and throwing the football, but the golf game is a little bit more nerve-wracking for me.
Yeah, you're going to be great. I know it. Seeing the excited faces of the fans is just one part of what makes this tournament so fantastic. The American Century Championship has raised millions of dollars for charities over the years, and this year's national beneficiary is the Stowers Institute for Medical Research. The Stowers Institute is a world-class biomedical research organization dedicated to uncovering the causes, treatments, and cures for life-threatening diseases.
Yeah, one of the special things about participating in this tournament is knowing that it benefits wonderful organizations like that.
Thanks, Patrick. I wish you and everyone else out here good luck today, and for those of you at home, enjoy the American Century Championship.
And we're back on the 7th hole. This is John Smoltz on the 7th hole. Both Wagner and Del Negro have missed the green. Smoltz with 3 bogeys today and a pair of birdies. Still with the lead by 1. So all 3 missed the green. This hole just 167 yards. Meanwhile, over at 15, we saw the nice approach by Charles Barkley. Rammed his birdie putt past. This for par. And it's not going to move that far to the left. Actually, it's not going to move to the left at all.
It was terrible.
That's good, Peter. That's very good.
Had to do it.
Are we gonna get into that?
Why not?
Okay, let's go to 17.
Oh, wait a second. We've got Uncle Al on the air. Al Michaels a moment ago. All-time great broadcaster. All-time great guy. And look at the shot from Al.
Okay, Steve, we got to say it again. This guy literally plays golf every
day.
Single day.
Every day. Look at Al. The walk is tremendous.
There you go, Barkley.
He is so
Like
great.
spin did he put on that shot? That was beautiful.
The man is an absolute joy to be around. All he wants to do is play good golf, Jimmy. It's all he wants in life. Let him in.
Oh,
there you go.
Okay, all we're
Great
going to hear
shot, Al.
about are those 2 shots for the longest time.
Great
There you
shot, great putt out. Attaboy. Literally a living legend. So cool. So cool to see Al succeed out there.
go. All right, Steve, 16th hole now, par 5, 546 yards. No hitch, right?
Yeah, it looks good, and he got that left, but man, he's got great rhythm. He's got good power.
It's going to be playable. That tree that you see down in the distance, about 210 yards. We'll get back here later, but we're going to go back to 7, where the leading group is, at least I would say, on the green, but they're not on the green yet, Raj.
No, they're not, and I believe The first player to bring it up will be Jack Wagner. They're looking around at each other to see who's away.
All right, so that ball.
I think they've agreed Smoltz.
All right. So John Smoltz, who has never won this championship, but has, I don't want to say obsessed on it, but dearly loves it.
Chipping uphill, going to move to his right. He's left himself a little better than 4 feet.
And Peter, that's been the area that's really given Smoltz trouble over the years here.
Yeah, these greens are tricky to putt. They've got subtle slopes. It's hard to pick up the break.
Smoltz, as you see, with the 1-point lead, finished second in 2010, third in 2020. Of course, pitched for the Braves for 20 years, 21 years in the major leagues. It's the first pitcher in Major League history with 200 wins and 150 saves. But Jack Wagner now from the bunker, Raj.
And he has some room here, but the green's working away from him. So this is going to be quick, going to release out when it lands on the green.
Good sound.
Yeah, it's going to run, though. Green's all sloped away from him.
And these greens are running today, too.
He needed Al Michaels to hit that shot with all that spin coming out of the bunker.
Both members of Bel Air, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jack, one of only 2 players, along with Jim McMahon, who's played in every single one of these things 32 times. Jack, of course, has won it twice in 2006, 2011. So many credits in Jack's resume from film and the movies. Now Vinny Del Negro, Raj.
Yeah, good 35 feet here. Putting the ball from the rough, just off the fringe cut. I'll hope it comes out of there smoothly. It's uphill and will break to his right. That's pretty good pace here. Ooh, that was a very good effort.
A nice job by Del Negro. Back to finish up here in a minute. Let's go over to 8, though.
Second shot upcoming for Steph Curry. A couple of doubles, uncharacteristic for Steph. Is a very, very good golfer.
Yeah, he's an excellent wedge player, good iron player overall.
Whoa.
How about that? Just
Shot.
like that. And I think it all started about 3 years ago with Steph here. For some reason, someone gave him a tip, and he dialed his iron game in beautifully.
Back over at the 7th. I believe Jack Wagner's next. That correct, Raj?
Correct, about 20 feet, Jimmy. Pretty much coming up the slope of the green. May try to eke just to his right.
Wagner with a pair of birdies and a pair of bogeys on the day. 8 points, 3 in back of the lead. 61 years old.
We'll get there.
So bogey for Wagner here. Over to 8 now.
All right, Kurt Byram. Tony Romo, 9 points through 7 holes. He's looked awfully good. Here he is at the 8th.
I was just talking to him walking down here, and he's really confident. And I said, your swing looked really good. And he said, this is probably the best I've hit it in a while. So he's very confident with his swing right now. He hit driver off this tee, really aggressive off the tee. It turned over a little bit, so now he's going to have to play a specialty shot here, a little bit low towards the left side of the green.
He hit a shot.
The good news, Peter, is when the ball, if he does hit a quality shot in the fairway, bump and run, it runs up on the green, it should take a right turn towards the hole.
He hit one of these shots yesterday at 9, if you remember. The first one hit the tree and came back at him. Then the next one, he hit it up there about 2 feet. It's a great par save at 9.
So he just slowed down a little, but this is pretty darn good from there. It's going to catch that slope and feed back to the right. Very well done. Good touch.
Good shot. You had mentioned how confident he was. I talked to him on the range. He said the same thing. He said, I just have to let my talent go. I just can't try so hard.
And while he was hitting, this is Smoltz for par. Ooh. Didn't even touch the hole. So as we said, that's been the issue for Smoltz, I should say. And this now, Vinny Del Negro's putt for par. So
I'm telling you, that's
all 3 of them.
Yeah, that's the shaky range. You might give that at the member guest or at the club on Sunday afternoon, but not here.
I tell you what, it's only 167 yards, but it's been the 6th hardest hole this week. What a day here at Lake Tahoe. South Lake. Final round of the American Century Championship. John Smoltz with the 1-point lead. We'll be right back.
We are back at Edgewood Tahoe Golf Course. What a lovely setting. What a perfect place for this event, Peter.
Yeah, it really is. It's a fun golf course designed by George Fazio, redesigned by his nephew Tom Fazio. The scorecard, you see the yardage, 67.09, but we're at altitude. We're a little more than a mile, so it plays shorter than that. So we have the tees up just a bit for all these celebrities, but still, it's playing short.
For more information on the Edgewood Tahoe Golf Course and new Edgewood Lodge, go to edgewoodtahoe.com. And kudos to everybody involved, not only in the tournament, but specifically on this golf course. Jimmy, it is in pristine condition.
Yeah, it's as nice as we've ever seen it, Steve. 3rd shot now for Charles Barkley, staring down the hole. Saw that great shot the hole before, couldn't capitalize and 3-putted, but how about that?
Oh.
So we get to say it again. Charles Barkley for birdie. Day.
It's got a nice ring to it, doesn't it? Tony Romo has a birdie putt.
Man, if he can start just knocking a few of these in, he's done that all week long. I heard him just say every hole.
Ray Romano, what do we have here, Peter? It's his 4th shot at 17, and a little assist from a floaty.
Yeah.
That might be illegal.
Someone get a piggyback ride. Help?
Illegal how, Jimmy? Conduct unbecoming?
I'm stuck. I'm stuck.
A swing aid.
Oh, Canelo. Can't punch the float.
That might be the only shot he'd get in.
By the way, let me just ask you this: how great was he in The Irishman?
Oh.
Just against type.
Tremendous.
You know?
Absolutely tremendous. Oh, sign the floaty.
Oh my!
You ever sign a floaty, Peter? You signed a lot of autographs in your day.
Never signed a floaty.
No, that's awesome. Good for Ray. Good for the fans out there at 17. Now Steph for birdie at 8. Needs to make one of these.
You see, this is a welcome to my world thing here when you see Romo and Steph missing putts. They play so well, they hit it a long way. They're beautiful iron play, but it almost goes in.
All right. Let's see what happens with Barkley for birdie at 16. Well, we'll be back for his par putt. Not happy with that. We'll see if he has an opportunity to pick up a point on the shores of Lake Tahoe. Right back in a moment. All right, back at the 16th hole, Charles Barkley, who had been even for the day. This for par. How about Chuck in the plus numbers? As we said yesterday, his best round ever, breaking a string of more than 50 double-digit negative scores. And now the par on 16. 11.
With Patrick Mahomes now.
Just a little errant off the tee, but muscles and iron up in the air. Pretty good shot.
Okay.
I think I'm down there still.
All right, Roger, what's going on back at 8?
Well, Vinny Del Negro has won 12 after a perfect tee shot. Jack Wagner has had to pitch out after a hook drive into the left penalty area, pitched it back out to the fairway, so he'll have his third. John Smoltz knocked his second shot onto the green. And I think he's got,
good swing.
Well, he's a little bit behind the hole, I believe, from my vantage here in the fairway. But again, Del Negro from 112. This is one to be aggressive with here. Pin's just sitting there pretty much in the middle of the green. This is left of the hole. Not his best, but okay.
Okay.
He makes a nice turn through the ball, Raj.
At the 11th, nice drive from Justin Timberlake. Man, needed it to not fly that far, and it bounds into the rough. You can see a lot of the golf ball, though.
Like right when I hit. Almost backed you off and said 80.
Let's fast forward to the 12th.
And this is Alex Smith. Steve, I don't need to tell you what a story this guy is.
Incredible.
Just really incredible. And what a nice man he is. Former #1 draft pick.
So good to see him healthy again, Jim.
Yeah, healthy. And how about this shot from Al? Oh, my goodness. This whole location today, I'm just telling you, is going to really give us some thrills. Let's go to Damon Hack.
All right, F. Charles Barkley coming off your best round here yesterday. How have you been able to keep the momentum going today?
I'm playing great today. I'm just listening to my swing thoughts and just trying to concentrate over every shot. I'm playing very well, very happy where I'm at. I'm not sure where I'm standing right now, but listen, I did all the hard work, and I'm ready for today.
Let's take a look at some of the shots. You're second on 15. This was fantastic. You look like you're in complete control.
Well, I had a little wedge. I had a great drive and had a little wedge. I'm currently 72nd, huh? I really appreciate you putting that pressure on me with 9 holes to go. Hey, you know what? I'm going to just concentrate. I got a text from a friend of mine, Craig Bowden, this morning. He said, hey, man, just go out and have some fun and just relax and play. And I'm doing that.
How about your third at 16? This is another fantastic shot.
Yeah, I love that little wedge. I can hit my 56 good. I got to figure out what's going on with my 60 more than anything. But anytime listen, I'm playing great. I'm happy where I'm at. It's going to go down to the wire. I knew that.
Your thought over the final stretch of holes is going to be what?
Just turn and go.
Turn and go.
Turn and go.
Thanks, big man.
All right, thank you.
Doesn't matter where you stand or who you root for, everybody is on Charles' side. Everybody is having a good time here in Tahoe, whether you're on the ground, in the water, or in the air, flying around here in this beautiful part of the country. A little bit more of a comfortable distance for John Smoltz with this birdie drive.
Yeah, there's not much movement here. Might fall a little to the right, but...
Oh, there we go.
You know, that's going to be the key to a lot of these athletes' success today. When they get really close to that nervous range, I think they'd rather have 5 and 6 footers than 2 footers.
So Smoltz to 61 points as we go to the action at the 17th. That's Vince Carter. Asking for it to cut just a little. Avoid the trees, okay.
So, Peter, I assume you got to watch here. Does he turn and go?
Well, I know he's going to go. He's actually making a pretty good move now. No hitch, no stop. Good turn there, Jimmy. It depends on where the ball's going.
Look at Charles. He's a GIR machine.
That's great. The song in the background, Garth Brooks. Friends in low places. I rewrote that as I hit shots into strange places, which might be Charles's theme song.
15, 16, and 17. Charles has hit those greens in regulation. Now Kyle Rudolph. Big tight end. Oh, yeah. Get on there. Just short of the green. Now, this week here on the par 3 17th hole, any golfer recording a hole-in-one will receive $1 million. $500,000 to the golfer, $500,000 to the Stowers Institute for medical research on behalf of American Century. And we almost had one earlier today from the Rocket, 7-time Cy Young Award winner, Roger Clemens. Look at this shot.
Right down there.
Oh, close to $1 million. And then Larry, the cable guy, saw him on the range earlier today, said, man, I'm hitting the ball really well. Just haven't made any putts. So did he hit it well on 17?
Yeah, he did.
What a terrific guy. Nice to see him playing well out there at 17. And playing with our own Kira Dixon. All eyes on Sir Charles, though. He has a birdie putt when we get back to the 17th. Now Vinny Del Negro trying to match that birdie that John Smoltz just made here at the 8th.
Ooh, looked like he pushed that just a bit.
Then he will take his par, but he lost a little ground there to Jack Wagner. Let's go up to 12.
Patrick Mahomes here at the par 3.
So are you calling a hole-in-one here today with this whole location, Jimmy?
Can I tell you something? I would love to call a hole-in-one here, especially because what's at stake. But it is the holiest. It is the probably the most accessible hole location. 144 yards over on the left. But you first, yeah, that's a bunker back there. You got to hit it on the green, though.
That's gonna suck. 3/4 1K. Yeah.
And the reason is because of that, which you see that Mastercraft. That's a 2022 X-Star towboat. The all-new award-winning wake surf machine is valued at over $200,000. Put one in the jar, and you can drive home in that thing. And as we said, just a smooth one. That's right, JT, Justin Timberlake now. And as we've mentioned before, you see the whole location. It's over there on the left, but the more significant part of this, Peter, is that it's down in a bowl. So anything to the right is going to funnel towards it, and it's probably most accessible in the back as well.
Yeah, I worry about these guys having too much spin on the ball. You've got to throw it behind the cup.
Oh, yeah. Come on, boat ride.
Come on, boat ride.
Come down. Come back. Oh, no spin.
If that just missed it, if that hadn't been on the fringe, I would have come back.
Yeah.
That's right. He said that's going to be an interesting putt. It is, because it's going to be fast, really fast.
Guys,
now,
I think Travis is going to hit this in. Just to let y'all know.
Man, that'd be
TV broadcast know this might happen.
That'd be wild, man.
All right, nice easy pitch. You got the.
All right, so Travis Kelce, and I am just captivated by the rhythm of this swing, Peter. It's just so smooth.
Yeah, he's got some talent. Come on. As Kurt was saying yesterday,
Get down and spin. Get down.
if he took a lesson, he could be good. Oh, it didn't spin either.
Well,
Just
guys,
caught the fringe as well.
It's going to be real interesting up there. Because y'all have 2 hard putts. Sometimes bunker shots come up a little bit.
Well, we said that this is an accessible hole location. This a little bit early today is Charles Woodson, of course, the Hall of Famer, 1997 Heisman Trophy winner. And calling for the birdie. Maybe something a little bit better. Throw it in back of the hole. Little spin. Use the slope. Oh, man, so close to a boat. And speaking of Heisman Trophy winners, there are the 4 who are in the field. Marcus Allen won it all the way back in 1981. Our friend Doug Flutie. And, of course, Carson Palmer. Over the years, a number of Heisman Trophy winners have come to play in the American Century Championship.
Jimmy, Charles is the only defensive player to ever win the Heisman. As we go to 9 now.
Smoltz second from 104. Went with less than driver off the tee, and that was not good. Chunk pull.
What the heck was that?
It's
John,
golf.
we've been there.
It's golf.
We have been there. Golf is a 4-letter word. Charles Barkley makes this birdie putt. He is inside the top 70, Peter.
Oh, come on. Go in.
Go, Chuck.
Slow down.
Okay.
Oh, boy. Boy, he loves to leave himself those 6-footers.
It's that
for par.
uncomfortable range for everybody.
Man.
I don't care if you're Charles Barkley, Tiger Woods, or Jack Nicklaus. Uncomfortable.
Lag putting, a lost art. Play more of the game you love with waived fees and tee time cancellation protection. Play your better game with daily tips and instruction from tour pros like Rory McIlroy. Start your 7-day free trial today at golfpass.com. It's a catchy tune, man. Let's go back to Vinny Del Negro now, Roger, at 9.
Yeah, both he and Jack Wagner went with drivers off the tee now. Del Negro with just 75 yards to the hole. And you got to take advantage of a tee shot like this. These were both striped, and flagstick's just sitting there pretty much harmlessly in the center of the green, so to speak. So try to get this close. He flighted the ball down, but just didn't excite, just quit on it.
Yeah, that might have been the uncomfortable range, like that 3-footer that Charles has got right now.
Big putt for Chuck. Let's see if he stays down on these short ones. Oh, he did that time, but he pulled it. Oh, Charles.
He knows
he gave a point away there.
Man. But he doesn't drop anything.
Now at the 9th with Jack Wagner.
I think you're going to see a good shot here. He's pretty skilled throughout the bag.
Oh, hello. Jack making his presence felt. He'll have a short birdie putt to try to get a little bit closer to that lead, which is still held by John Smoltz. 9th, while we were away, John Smoltz had this 3rd from the bunker after a rough 2nd.
Doesn't have a lot of room to work with, but that is a really well-played shot.
A touch of class there from John Smoltz. Beautiful bunker play. Now Del Negro also had a substandard 2nd. Looks like he tried to help that one a little bit, Peter. Let's go to 12.
Justin Timberlake now for par, and this, Peter, is exactly where you would have imagined the shot would end up, or at least his second putt would have ended up if he didn't make it. Well below the hole, because that was such a dramatically downhill putt.
Yeah, this is we're going to see this putt a lot today, Jimmy.
JT with 5 bogeys on the day, all the rest pars, so no damage, but no real progress either.
Get up. God.
Over to 9.
Vinny Del Negro's par putt here, Raj.
Yeah, poor wedge, and then not a particularly good chip. Just put uphill and going to move to his right. Trying to save par.
Let's just watch his head, Raj, see if he stays in the stroke.
Okay.
Too bad.
Good save.
Good up and in for Vinny.
Made that a little more difficult than it needed to be.
18th tee now. Charles Barkley playing with Vince Carter. Combined stats in the NBA from these two. Yeah, that goes way right. 49,485 points, 19 All-Star teams, and 38 seasons in the association. We'll see if Charles can handle that golf ball all the way in the right trees when we get back to 18. But now, a moment ago, Smoltz for par. Okay. Ram that one home.
He just took all the break out. Boom.
Now Jack Wagner to get to 58. Oh, no.
Wow.
Oh,
I can't believe that.
He, too, Roger, rammed that one.
He's got a longer putt now for par than he had for birdie, it looks like.
You know, he's a pretty accomplished player, and I've always thought a pretty good putter. I just never ever thought he'd miss that one. He's got to square away and hold this.
Okay. So he gets 1 point instead of 3. So now, as we take a look at the updated leaderboard, John Smoltz still leading the way with 62 points as we enter the back 9. Friday after play, 12 golfers participated in the Corbell closest to the pin contest at the par 3 17th. The distance 135 yards. If there's a hole-in-one, the celebrity would have won $125,000, and the Lake Tahoe Wildlife Care would win the same number. If anyone hits it within 2 feet of the cup, the celebrity would win $12,500, and the charity the same number as well. Each golfer 2 chances. Here's the second chance, Peter Jacobson, for Alfonso Ribeiro.
Oh, he's a good player, but he loves this stage because you know he's going to entertain.
17 feet 5 inches, so Alfonso is the leader. Now, representing Corbell, Steve Zeiner. It's kind of a big spot for Steve.
This is a huge spot in front of all these celebrities and the big crowd. Puts a nice move on it. Staring that down.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? Knocks it closer than Ribeiro, so Steve Zeiner, 16 feet 6 inches, is now the man to beat. One of the more entertaining players in the field, on and off the golf course. Larry, the cable guy. All right, so Alfonso does his move. Let's check out Larry's action.
Well, let's see if he can get it on the club face.
Let's see the footwork. Oh. Now, he said he was hitting the ball well this week, just not making any putts.
Well, he is improved, I have to admit, but that wasn't really good.
All right, Patrick Mahomes, he should put a smoother move on this swing.
Yeah, but look, take a look at the power in that swing. He yanks this one, but we've watched him hit some incredible tee shots all week long.
All right, so more than 37 feet away, which means Steve Zeiner from Corbell is still leading the way. How about actor Michael Pena? Ooh, the oohs and ahs from the crowd.
He had a good day that day. Picked up 20-some points.
16 feet 4 inches. That's 2 inches better than Alfonso, which means Michael is the leader. So the last man who has a chance to beat him is surfing great Kelly Slater. He's giving himself a chance, Peter.
Not good enough.
Not good enough. 24 feet away, which means Michael Pena was the winner. What a terrific run for the man who's here for the very first time. And afterwards, Jimmy Roberts was on the tee and caught up to the champion.
All right, with a shot that ends at 16 feet 4 inches, Michael Pena, the winner of the Corbell closest to the hole challenge. And to present the check, Mr. Gary Hecht of Corbell, along with Todd Kennedy as well.
Michael, congratulations on this great gift to the Wildlife Foundation for you. Thank you so much.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. This is awesome, and who would have thought that the actor would have won this competition? I'm proud to represent us.
The actor takes down the athletes.
All right, Jimmy, thank you. And special thanks to Corbell and especially Gary Hecht for their partnership over 2 decades at this special championship. It's like he's won the Formula One race.
Yeah, it's a great way to end the day, winning the closest to the pin contest and spraying the crowd.
Yeah, a lot of fun out there. And on the 17th tee, this is Tom Glavine. A lot of good stories to talk about in baseball this summer, including Shohei Ohtani and Jacob deGrom. Glavine is one of 16 former major leaguers in the field, had an interesting perspective on both. He said the only way to describe what DeGrom is doing is stupid. Really something special. To 10.
It's amazing to watch that guy pitch. Annika now at 10.
She said nope. The minute she hit it, she said.
Yeah, this is Andrew Whitworth, but staying with the baseball story, he said, as for Ohtani, the Angels pitcher who hit his major league leading 33rd home run the other night, Glavine thinks he's just a freak of nature. In the past, organizations just didn't want to risk letting a pitcher bat every day, but hopefully what Ohtani is doing will open the door to making it more commonplace. So they're coming from all the different sports here. Baseball like Glavine, Whitworth, from football. The top of the leaderboard, another Hall of Famer, John Smoltz, the three-point lead. We'll be right back to Tahoe in just a moment. All right, back at the 12th hole. So we set 144 yards. This the great American hockey player Mike Modano having himself a pretty good day. 4 birdies so far, and this one is getting closer. Just have to see how close it gets. How about this? Make a left turn. You'd imagine he's going to have that left for his 5th. So great shot there. Maybe not quite so good as what we saw in 18 round 1. This was his 2nd shot on the par 5. Bear in mind, 32 years we've never had a double eagle at the American Century Championship. Now we've got one. Playing with a couple of his fellow hockey players, TJ Oshie and Joe Pavelski. They nearly took him down. Why not? Up to 13.
And Justin Timberlake.
Uphill 2nd. Can't see the green. I should say can't see the, you can see just the top half of the flag. Pretty good shot.
At the 10th, here's Tony Romo.
He had to putt up and out of the low area in the front, so a lot of work here for par. Wow. Annika's already missed her birdie putt. She has a tap in left for her par.
Good front nine for Romo, Kurt. 2 birdies, all the rest pars.
He's striking it really well. He had a sand wedge from the rough that I think he was playing, you know, guarding against a flyer there, Peter, and that's why it came up quite a bit short.
All right, so remember we saw Charles on 18T, Peter, kind of rattle it around the trees there off the tee. So now here's his 4th shot at this par 5. Got to play it safe, water left.
But that's
fine.
That's a well-struck shot.
2 putt for bogey there, and you have 0. Just have to avoid those big doubles. As we go to Steph Curry now.
Had some trouble off the tee, hit it in a hazard. That was for a 5, so that's going to be another double bogey for him, his 3rd today.
We were talking about it yesterday. It's about green reading. It's a skill.
3 double bogeys on the day for Steph Curry.
It's like going 0 for 10 in the first half.
He's a nice player, Kurt. You just don't expect that from him. And Annika, by the way, Kurt, she's kind of stuck in neutral here. She needs to get going.
She's hit a bunch of good putts that have just missed. She's just not quite getting it close enough to the hole on her approach shots. And of course, compared to where Tony Romo is playing his approach shots from, she's another 40 or 50 yards behind him off the tee. So it's a little more difficult with the club she has in here.
Double bogey at 1 for Annika, birdie at 4. The rest pars. So Sörenstam with 55 points. Just 8 holes to play. All right, Roger. John Smoltz sitting there with a 3-point lead with 62 points, but he's found the bunker off the tee.
He has, and it's up at the end of the bunker. I think he's going to have to stand with this, well, the left foot out of the bunker. That's what I thought they have to do. He's got about a 4-inch lip in front of him, so easy one to hit fat. You sure don't want to hit this thin. 142. fat, as you would expect, really.
Good call. It's hard to stay steady when you turn with that type of a stance.
And after that great tee shot here, the short birdie putt for Mike Modano. 5th of the day for him. Nobody has scored more points in the National Hockey League who was born in America than this Hall of Famer. Back to 10.
And Vinny Del Negro.
Yeah, 110. A little right of it. Yeah, I like that. Finish. Yeah, 110. Finish.
116 left of the hole for Vinny Del Negro. And for the 3rd straight day, the hole cut in the rear upper tier of this green.
Roger, it looks like Vinny's hitting some beautiful tee shots today.
He is. He's hit a lot of quality shots. He really has. And he's made some silly mistakes with wedges and whatnot. So this one, though, I would expect him to be pretty aggressive with. And it's pulled right of the hole.
Nobody knocking it close there at 10 in that lead group. Now Charles Barkley for his par at this par 5 18th.
This is going to be fast. Just got to trickle this over the hill. That's pretty good.
Now we go to the 10th and Jack Wagner.
Yeah, 111 for Jack here. Got to regroup after missing that little one at the last. Last few holes have been a little shaky for him, really. This one right of the hole needs to get up.
No.
Okay, I think it just stays on top.
Yeah, it does. Barely.
Now Glav missed his putt, so Whitworth now here at 17 with the music blaring. Andrew, okay, pours that one in.
This guy's the biggest guy in the field, clearly. But take a look at this guy. Lineman for the LA Rams. And a pretty good ball, pretty good golfer. He's got a nice swing.
Have you stood next to him on the range yet?
Yes, I did. I look like his grandson.
He looks like Harris.
That's a good line, Steve.
Oh, Charles. Oh no.
That was
frustration coming out there.
Was that a Mike Modano impression right there?
Oh, not able to two-putt.
You can tell how much it means to him.
Yeah, so he makes his second double on his first 9 holes. Now Alfonso Ribeiro. Are they here to see him swing the golf club or maybe do the dance?
Well, he's a good player. He hits a lot of quality shots, but this guy's one of the most talented people I've ever seen. Sing, dance, there we go.
There we go.
The Carlton.
The Fresh Prince. Man, he was singing last night in the casino at Harris. He is so talented, Alfonso. It's incredible.
Yeah, it is. It's impressive.
A joy to be around, a big star here. He's a wonderful golfer, but man, can he entertain. John Smoltz now, his third.
That's from 56 yards, a tough little pitch. He's going to try to land it in front, land it short of the green. It's not going to have enough steam to get on the back level.
Well, that wasn't a play, dummy.
So that is going to be a difficult two-putt there for Smoltz. He'll be putting for par. Needs the two-putt to remain at 62 points. He has that 3-point lead over Vinny Del Negro. Beautiful Lake Tahoe on a warm summer day here in Nevada, in the Sierra Nevadas. And Alfonso, get him out there. Entertain, enlighten, enjoy, and start to dance. All right. The kids getting involved. You gotta love it. We go back to the 10th now, and John Smoltz.
Ooh, it's really good. Really good. You said it. Tough two-putt from down there, and he did it.
Great speed from Smoltz. So he should remain at 62.
Well, at this point in the championship, with these leaders, making a 0 versus dropping 2 is so huge. You can shake those off earlier in the week, but not the back 9 on Sunday.
At the 9th, that's Derek Carr, Las Vegas Raiders quarterback. Oh, what a shot. Used to come here when his brother David played just to kind of hang out. Now here he is competing, having a good time. Now Jack Wagner for his putt for birdie at the 10th. Oh, he can't get that one to fall. Well, SEC powerhouses Ole Miss and Auburn go head-to-head. It's an all-new Capital One College Bowl Tuesday on NBC. Of course, Peyton Manning's father, Archie, was a star at Ole Miss, as was his brother, Eli. Peyton is a Tennessee Vol.
And Peyton is funny. He's a great host of that show with his brother.
Talk about talented. Incredibly talented. Del Negro now. He pulled it. So, probably going to make a bogey there at the 10th. Now at the 11th in the right rough is Tony Romo, Kurt.
Hit 3-wood off the tee trying to drive the green. Came up just a little short here. This ball has sat down in the rough, so it's going to come out tumbling. He's got to play this well short and let it run. There's a bowl there, and he's going to catch that bowl.
Hit it over the green.
Kurt, that would have been good yesterday.
That would have been great. I think he mishit that just enough to catch that edge of that bowl.
As we go to 17, and what will the reaction be from Alfonso Ribeiro if this falls? Let him in. Oh, yes. Alfonso, go ahead. Oh, a triple dance for Alfonso. And Brendan on the bag. He's here every year. Wonderful guy. Back in the farms in Iowa is where he works. Now Steph at the 11th.
Yeah, he's down in the rough as well and going downhill downwind. This is not easy at all. Played the right shot.
Really nice.
Oh, this is so good. There's some touch that we've been expecting from him.
Man, how's that?
He's a good wedge player, Kurt. We've seen that over the years. He really has some touch. He knows how to control the trajectory of his shots around the green.
All right, so Steph will have a birdie putt. Needs to make a bunch if he's going to try to somehow get himself onto the first page of the leaderboard. Smoltz led the way after 36. He's still leading the way with 8 to play. We are back with Tony Romo at the 11th, Kurt.
Yeah, putting out of that bowl. This is a tough putt to 2-putt. Got to play a big right to left break as well. That's really well done. He's going to be disappointed, though, not being able to get it closer from that second shot.
Good speed. Let's go back to 9. We saw Derek Carr, the Raiders quarterback. How about finishing up the week with a birdie? Oh, yeah. That's well done. A little fist pump there at a Derek. I'll throw the arm out now. Camp starts in a couple of weeks. Wearing the silver and black, as he should. Now Steph. That was a wonderful second shot, Kurt.
It was. He played the right shot. He had to play kind of a flop and then let it run out. So putting slightly back uphill. Good chance to make a birdie here. There you go.
Hey, Steph is on the board.
That'll cheer him up.
Well, he got off to a quick start. Birdies at 2 and 4. But then back-to-back double bogeys at 5 and 6 and at 10. So 3 doubles today for Steph.
Now, Annika, you said she was behind that tree, Kurt, to the right of the fairway.
Yeah.
Now she has, what, about a 4-footer for bogey?
She tried to punch it under the limb and came up short of the green, chipped it over the green, and now back to here, and she has this. It's at least 3.5 feet for bogey.
But, Kurt, because of this format, this is huge.
It is.
No scratch here. If she makes this putt, it's 0 points. Doesn't get hurt.
You know, a bogey here won't hurt her, and it might in a way, jump starter. Kind of make her like, okay, come on, you know. Let's get going.
Go play those last 7 holes aggressively and post a number and make somebody get after it.
Yeah, don't count out Tony Romo. He's kind of been under the radar. The back-to-back champion a couple of years ago. He's hitting it well. He has not made any putts, Kurt.
He's hitting it as well as I've ever seen it. You know, we've seen him quite a bit. I've done the PGA Tour event that they play in the Dominican Republic. He's played down there a couple times, and it's been pretty sloppy for him. And of course, you're up against some really great players on the PGA Tour. But today, he's been really comfortable with his ball striking. It's been really good. He just needs to make a few putts.
Okay. So let's take a look at the entire field here at the American Century Championship. The tournament organizers could not be more pleased with the field. It's the best ever assembled in the 32-year history of this great championship. John Smoltz leading the way, 54 years of age. Rick Rhoden, the oldest winner in the history of this championship, did it at 56 and 55 years old. Adam Thielen, terrific receiver for the Minnesota Vikings. Great to see Alex Smith this morning on the range, healthy again. Man, has he been through a lot. As you take a look at some of the other scores, about Brett Baer. Does anybody have more fun out here in Tahoe?
Nobody wears better pants than Brett Baer.
Tremendous. Patrick Mahomes has had a terrific week on and off the golf course. He will be coming back here for years to come. Our man Joe Don Rooney from the Rascal Flats. Oh, he loves this game. Loves this game, Peter.
He's in the positive. He's got 1 point.
About Brian Baumgartner, too.
You know, Steve, I think the thing that we take away from this is we're never going to take spectators at live events for granted ever again. After the last 18 months, 16 months, it's so great to feel that energy.
So minus 19 is 70th right there with Kyle Rudolph and also Kyle Lowry. Charles Barkley sitting there at minus 22. He has 9 holes to play. Top 70. That includes ties, by the way. Top 70 is the number to look at. And John O'Hurley, Dylan Dreyer, good luck with the rest of her pregnancy as she and her husband welcome in their 3rd child. As we go to the 11th now, and Jack Wagner.
As from 88 yards, electing to stand on the cart path, had a great lie. And he kind of bladed it, of course, across the green. Doesn't have much room left there.
Let's go to 12 now.
All right, Steve, second to last group has arrived here at the tee, the par 3. We've said it a number of times today. Accessible hole location over on the left in that bowl.
And when you take off the yardage for the elevation that we're at, 6,000 feet, this only plays about 130 yards, and this is on a pretty darn good line, just right of it, Jimmy.
Yeah, the play here, get it in back of the hole, spin it down, but keep it on line. Will it stay? Well, tricky little pitch there. Back to 11.
And the leader, Roger.
Yeah, he's driven the ball right here and now has a tree between himself and the hole. He can play underneath and try to bounce it onto the green. Instead, he's looking high like he wants to go up and across it. 80 yards left of the hole. But there is a penalty area past the hole and to the left there. So dangerous shot, really.
Go hard.
He didn't hit it, played to the very front of the green. That's going to be a lot of work trying to get that up and in.
Swing you back to 12 again.
Tony Romo. And of all the players in the final couple of groups, he is having the best day, I should say. 14 points, Kurt.
Boy, and a great opportunity here, Jimmy. This is just a smooth pitching wedge for him. Again, after doing the calculations for the elevation, no more than 130. Wind is in out of the left, but still plenty of club.
2 birdies, the 1 bogey on the day.
And he played for his draw and hung it out to the right.
Come last.
May get the slope there. No, it's too far to the right, isn't it?
Boy, will that be quick.
That's going to be a funky putt, man. Not only downhill, but some movement on it as well. And we'll stay here for Annika, who's almost jarred one here the other day.
Aim at the hole. The wind takes it.
All right.
Well, she just needs to go back from here on in and channel
You got it.
that Hall of Fame Annika that we know so well. Put some pressure on these guys. But start right here by flagging this tee shot.
She's back behind the markers.
She's got the one club length. That's the rule, right?
Yeah.
This is right at it if it's enough.
How about that? Great shot. Is it going to stay there? Probably move a little bit, but maybe more than a little bit. You know, it's funny. She and her husband Mike live across the lake in Incline Village. They said that they have a friend who's been telling them all along, you know, you ought to get a boat, you ought to get a boat. And she said, you know what, I'm going to shut them up, and I'm going to get a boat. She almost got one the other day on a spectacular shot that came just inches from going on the hole. Big smile on the Hall of Famer's face. And she is playing well. She's comfortable on Sundays. She's done this before.
While we were away, third shot upcoming here for the leader, John Smoltz. Things are starting to get just a little tight on this back nine with the championship on the line. Uh-oh. It's not going to get out of that bowl. Now let's go up to the 12th, see what Steph's up to.
Well, I think the good news is that he doesn't have much room to negotiate, huh Kurt?
Not a lot. The ball is sitting down a little bit, but I think square face to chop it just onto the green or maybe even the fringe and then run it up the hill. Didn't quite catch it cleanly enough.
Look at that. It's going to drift back towards the fringe at the front. Go back to the 11th hole now.
Roger, what is going on at the 11th?
Well, some of the worst short game play I've ever seen. Vinny Negro drove it about 10 yards off the front of the green, elected to putt it, left it 70 feet short of the hole. I mean, it was unbelievable. Then Smoltz's putt. Wagner hit his second shot over the green. Had to try to bump it onto the green somehow short of the green. Went bounce up, flew it onto the green. He's gone 35 feet past the hole. This is not good. What's happening here? This is shots are being squandered here at 11.
Roger, can I remind you of one of your greatest lines ever? Golf is only hard when you care. You start caring on the back nine here
on
with a championship on the line.
The more you care, the harder it gets.
Absolutely. Marty Fish at 13, the defending champion. All of a sudden, he has 53 points. Look out for Marty. As we go back to 11, and the current leader. Oh, come on, John Smoltz.
Huge. Wow. I'm telling you, they're better from 10 to 12 right now than from 2 to 3 feet.
What a putt from Smoltz.
From the ridiculous to the sublime.
Perhaps that settles him in a little bit, Peter.
Yeah, it will. It will.
Romo at 12, Jimmy.
Well, this will have some movement in it, Kurt.
Oh, this is so quick. You could easily putt this off the green. This is going to require great touch. There's the ridge right there now, really downhill from here.
And swing to the left. Let's see if he's
got. This actually has a chance.
Yeah, but it's not going to stop.
As good as that was, you just can't be above the hole today.
Nope. Back to 11.
And Vinny Del Negro, can he do what Smoltz just did?
Oh, my.
Stop it.
It's a putting contest, Peter.
Well, it usually is on the back nine, especially here at the American Century Championship. But those two putts, wow, that's going to settle their nerves quite a bit.
Hey, Roger, maybe they heard you whispering that this was the worst short game they've ever seen.
Two pars made in very different fashion.
Oh, you got to love it.
You know it's a cliche. No pictures on the scorecard, right?
And this is Wagner now for bogey. He's got to be wondering, what just happened?
So he's going to lose 2 points. He's going to drop back to 54. As they walk to 12, we head there right now to the green.
Tony Romo, I should say, for par now, Kurt.
I think it's fairly important important at this stage that this ball goes in, especially for the mental aspect.
Wow. Well, so Romo with no damage there, but doesn't make any headway still.
Yeah, the leaders really aren't going anywhere.
No, they aren't. They're kind of treading water. Romo with 14 points on the day. Smoltz with 12. Del Negro 11. Wagner just dropped the 2 points, so he's back to 9 on the day. And Annika 9 as well. Now Steph, let's see what he can do. Remember, he came up short of the green, chipped it, and it rolled back to here, Kurt.
Yeah, you know, you guys make a good point. You know, if you're Tony Romo, you stay positive because you knock down a couple birdies and you're right there, and the bogey doesn't hurt you that bad. Let's see if Steph can get this up and down. Yeah, good up and down for him.
Good putt right there. Solid, aggressive putt. Went up the hill.
All right, Jimmy, is this a must-make for Annika at this stage of the game?
You would think it would be at this point. Good move there from Steph. But I get back to it. It's something that Roger said the other day. You know, as far as we can tell, she's the only professional golfer in the field. So she is, I think, not unfamiliar with and clearly got to be more comfortable with all of the things that are going on than any of the others.
This is a double-edged sword right here, Jimmy. Do you hit it hard, take the break out, knock it in? But if you miss, that's going to go down there where Romo might go down there.
Well, if you make the decision to hit it firm and take break out, you're going off the green from here.
She was on the putting green for about an hour late last night. She knows what she needs to work on. Nobody works harder than Annika Sörenstam. She said after the round, I know I'm going to have to do a little bit more than I've done the last couple of days, and this would clearly fall right into that category. How about that, huh? She knows it too. So big birdie for Annika Sörenstam. 3 points there. So she climbs to 55 points.
All right, so Annika with a birdie there at 12, playing alongside Tony Romo and Steph Curry. And we're going to go to Steph's brother here at the 9th, Seth Curry. All these are big. A lot of side change going on with the Curry family as he leaves that one short. Steph is the best player of the three. Dad Del is a really nice player as well. Seth playing here for the very first time. It was great to see the three of them play together on Friday in the first round as we go to the 12th tee.
All right, the leader of the tournament on the tee, John Smoltz.
This with a wedge. It's just left of the hole.
That's a good leave right there. If it stays.
Himself an uphill look at it.
Yes, indeed, he does. Let's go back to the 9th hole.
There's Seth finishing out. So now the scores are 47, 42, and 10. They handicapped it for the side bet to jump into the lake. Del getting 9 points from Steph. Seth getting 46 from his brother. So right now, Steph has more holes to play, but Seth is done for the day with a total of 56 in that handicap system. So right now it looks like Steph might be jumping into that cold water behind us, Peter.
Yeah, and it is cold. Let me remind everybody. And Del did say that he brought his bathing suit just in case.
And you know, Jimmy, as athletic and competitive as Steph Curry is with all those holes remaining, he will be grinding to stay dry this afternoon.
Oh, you know it. You know it. Golf means a lot in that family. We've talked about it over the last few days. How much these guys play together, how competitive they are with everything they do. Now Del Negro.
And this a wedge. A little further left. That's drawing back. Okay.
That's a good
underneath
shot.
the hole.
Yeah, good shot from him too. All right, so Jack Wagner, who's got to be just demoralized after that double on the last. He has 1 point over his last 7 holes. So sits at 54 points. Just 9 back now, but I think what's probably of greater significance is that there are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 players in front of him. So he clearly has to get this going if he has any hope of winning a third American Century Championship.
He too has a wedge. You got to start flag hunting and hold on some putts. The last few holes have been a tough stretch. Yeah, that's a pretty shot. That's pretty much right at it.
Oh,
no.
Comes up short in the bunker. All right, let's go up to the 18th tower.
All right, Jimmy, thank you very much. The CEO, Jonathan Thomas of American Century Investments. And, man, you've been sitting here watching this go. How good has this been?
It's amazing. Couldn't ask for a better day.
Oh, my gosh, it's been fantastic. And you know what's been fantastic? The energy and the noise, Jonathan. So great to have the fans back here on the golf course, and the players have certainly loved it.
They do. I got to tell you, they're playing better, and the appreciation for fans is absolutely there. I think these guys have, many of them come up to me and said, I played better with the energy. And they're loving the fans, and the fans are loving being here, even though we're only at half capacity.
Fantasy golf contest in conjunction with the championship, first time ever. Tell us a little bit about it.
So we set this fantasy golf contest up. We tiered the players out by handicap effectively into 5 different tiers. You build your fantasy team. There's a winner each day. They win an all-expense-paid trip out here next year. The overall winner gets an all-expense-paid trip plus $10,000 to their charity. And the other thing, Steve, that's been really interesting, I'm finding out all over the country, groups have formed little subgroups from my own high school, for example, and they're competing as well. So it's really taking on a lot of life beyond just the overall competition.
Now, we talk about fun in the sun and having a great time out here in Tahoe. We're always hoarse by Sunday by the time we get to the end of the week. But it's about charity. It's about giving back. We know a lot about the Stowers Institute, but it's not just a national effort for you guys at American Century Investments. It's also local as well.
It is. So, since we've started this, we've given over $5 million to charity. The Stowers Institute for Medical Research is the primary national recipient, but a lot of it goes to local Tahoe charities. And I think, last year the players were unbelievable. They agreed to forfeit the entire purse, and the entire purse of $600,000 went to local charities, even though they all came out and competed anyway.
It's amazing.
Because you guys put on the tournament.
Well, no, but you guys put on the tournament. We're just broadcasting it. That's all. We appreciate the time as always. Jonathan Thomas, the CEO of American Century Investments. We love coming out here. We can't wait to get back here next July. Go enjoy the golf.
All right, I will.
You got the best seat in the house, the CEO does. Now, Charles Barkley always makes it a great time for the fans, and you know what? They give him that love and adulation right back. Here he is at the second as he tries to get it onto the green. Look at Charles. He's hitting greens in regulation all day today, Pete.
He's playing the kind of golf that we don't normally see from Charles, but as he's told us, his game is better. He's been working with Stan Utley. He feels much more confident.
And this just a moment ago on the 12th hole, the par 3, Jack Wagner. Sounded good. See if he can get it to stop. He can. Although it may come back down the hill. Let's see. It's got some momentum. Here it comes. What a terrific shot, huh? That is a classy shot right there, huh? 13.
All right. In the middle of the fairway there. What are we looking at? Tony Romo, Kurt?
We are. He hit driver off the tee. He made the worst swing of the day, guys. He almost topped it. It just cleared because it was an elevated tee. He did get to the fairway, but he is, I'm looking at the 200 plate in front of him there. He's probably about 205 to the hole going up the hill here. He's been flipping sand wedges in here every day.
Oh, no.
Just crept out of that.
I can't believe it didn't move more than that.
All right, Smoltz now for birdie. Been looking over this for a few minutes with his caddy, Greg Olson, former catcher for the Braves, who accompanies him here every year, and that's yet another piece of frustration for him with the short club in his hand. 13 now.
Let's see if Annika, fresh off that birdie, Kurt, can exact her will on this field.
Well, that's the start that she needed to get this round turned around and really start putting some pressure on these guys, because you know she can handle the pressure down the stretch. I'm standing straight sideways to her. This looks like a 6-iron, maybe a 7-iron for her second shot here. Get up. Didn't hit it solid.
Nope. Yesterday she hit it left. Today she hits it right.
And that one was short-sided for Annika, too. Now Vinny Del Negro for birdie and a share of the lead. See if he can get it back. Oh. Back to 13.
Steph Curry now, his second.
Right.
Oh, it's going to spin off the front edge.
Shimmy. Shimmy. No shimmy.
Too much spin, man.
Back at 12.
Yeah, now Smoltz just to clean it up for par. Does so. So Smoltz with 64 points, still in the lead by 3 over Del Negro. 6 over Annika. Back over to 2.
One of the great sounds in all of golf. Charles Barkley for birdie.
Oh, how good would be this goes in.
Come on now.
Oh, 3 points would really help things.
Yeah, but 1 point's pretty good too, right,
yeah.
Steve?
Yeah, 1 point's very good. Has not made a single birdie all week, but he has played some terrific golf. Best round ever in his career here yesterday, and he's bettering it today.
I think he made 1 birdie last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Is there a more elegant athlete than Marcus Allen? What a wonderful guy. Oh, look at that shot from Marcus. Loves to play. Just moved with his family last year to Atlanta. Loves to play golf. Plays a ton of rounds in Georgia. And we don't count that Super Bowl MVP if you're from the D.C. area that Marcus had for the Raiders. But we'll talk about the rest of them with Jerry Rice and Emmitt Smith. Steve Young with the Niners. And Aaron and Patrick Mahomes. Quarterbacks seem to dominate those MVPs in Super Bowls as we go to Kelly Slater, the greatest surfer of them all. Literally the GOAT.
Started walking.
When riding a wave.
Started walking that one in.
Why wouldn't you? Kurt, that was a bad mistake from Annika at a bad time.
Yeah, just kind of that, popped that left shoulder up and came up and out of that, hit it thin right. The lie in the bunker is good, and she's going uphill, so good chance to get it up and down.
Go.
Didn't catch it either.
Well, it's an eclectic field here at the American Century Championship. The top of the board, baseball, basketball, golf, acting, tennis, and hockey. Marcus Allen has this birdie putt at the 9th. Go ahead and close it in style. Yeah, Marcus, Heisman Trophy winner, Super Bowl champion, playing with Matt Nagy, the head coach of the Chicago Bears.
Pretty good day, 11 points.
Back to Annika.
It's got to go.
A bogey from the fairway at 13 for Annika. 0 points. She'll remain at 58.
It's a pretty good hole location to get to, too. So, going to be disappointed with that 5 she's about to make.
Yeah. 6 points back, Kurt. Remember, 16 and 18 are par 5s. 17, a relatively short par 3. A lot of pressure coming down the stretch. A lot of points to be had out there, Kurt.
Steve, I was talking to Tony Romo while the other two were putting out at 12 green, and we were talking, and he heard me talking about the bogey and making a couple birdies, and as soon as I clicked my mic shut, he said, you know what? You're exactly right. He said, if I go make a couple birdies, I'm right in this thing. He said, forget that bogey.
Good attitude to have.
Boy, he's hit a lot of good putts.
Sure has.
For 3 days.
Good roll there.
But he's hitting good putts, so he's got to take that positive out of it.
And we saw Seth a little bit earlier finishing up at 9. How about Dad Dell here? at 17.
One of the most consistent swings I've seen in golf on the range this morning. He was just peppering it down the middle, and then, of course, he puts it in the bunker. But he's an accomplished player.
And we go to his son, Steph, trying to get another point to get to 49.
A little bit downhill. It's not one of those that you try to pound in the back of the hole.
Oh, never liked it. And now he's got that to remain at 48. He needs to avoid that fourth double, Kurt.
He had it right on the front fringe. And, you know, a lot of times we talk about the safe play being the putter from there. Well, that would have been the safe play. He chose to chip it and made a mistake.
And he was going up the hill, too. So Steph Curry walks off the 13th green like Annika with a bogey 5. Now let's go to our NBC Sports Update studio. Lake. All those boats adjacent to 17 and 18 here at Edgewood Tahoe Golf Course as this 32nd edition of the American Century Championship starts to wind down and the pressure starts to turn up. Roger, here's Vinny Del Negro in the fairway at 13.
Yeah, 121 to the hole. Now the hole cut on just 7 paces, and there's a lot of slope in this green from back to front. So if you can get it on the green and underneath the hole, that'll give you the best look here. It's just a wedge coming up the hill.
Keep turning.
This is well left of the hole.
Oh,
and deep.
That's a tough 2-putt.
Tried to swing it in there a little bit.
Going to have some huge break to the right and some speed. These greens here are deceiving.
Now Smoltz missed the fairway, Roger.
Yeah, 120. And the tough part about this is going to be keeping it underneath the hole, coming from a little bit of a jumpy lie, but that looked pretty good.
Oh, yeah. Got a great bounce. Hit just short on that upslope and killed it.
Good shot there from John. Now Del Curry for his bogey at 17. Yeah, okay, slides that one in. So now we give a little bit of a Curry update. Seth's day is done. He has 56 with the 46 handicap added on to those 10. Del with 52, Steph with 48. Oh, who's going to jump into the drink, Peter? Always a fun tradition here from the Curry family, and now Seth is added into the mix. The 32nd American Century Championship is brought to you by Harrah's and Harvey's Lake Tahoe. By Corona Premier, lower carbs, lower calories, make it Corona Premier. And by American Century Investments, managing money, making an impact. As we go back out to 13 and Vinny Del Negro, and this is going to be a little bit of a roller coaster ride, Roger.
Indeed, he'd be happy with par. 2 putts from here is good. Pretty steeply downhill. He's going to swing to his right. All about getting the pace right here if you can.
Oh, that's a heck of an effort.
Yes.
Great touch. I thought it would break more to the right.
Fantastic. Let's go to David Wells at 17. How about pitching a perfect game? Oh, how about pitching a perfect game for the New York Yankees at Yankee Stadium? Amazing. John Smoltz now.
He doesn't take much time. Uphill look at it.
But 4 there for John Smoltz. And we love Kevin Nealon coming out here each and every year. Here's Kevin at the 3rd for bogey. What a good guy. You ever spend any time with him?
I have not.
Oh, man,
just met him.
He's hilarious.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
I loved him on Saturday Night Live.
Oh.
And on Weeds, too.
Spectacular.
Yeah. Great role for him.
Mr. Subliminal. Remember the?
Oh, yeah.
So good. Now at the 14th with Annika.
Another good drive right in the heart of the fairway. 164 back into a little bit of a breeze. Let's see if she can hit a little more of a solid shot here. Not especially good for her. She's just not quite on it with her swing today, Steve.
A little better. Good putt across. Yeah, better than.
And not so razor sharp, but you never know. She could make a late run. Look at Sterling Sharp. Sterling loves his golf.
Yeah, he's a
and
highlight.
His cigars.
He's a highlight of any pro-am he plays in. He's such a wonderful guy.
Man, could he play football. And also is very good on the golf course. Now Vinny Del Negro. It's an important one here.
2.5 feet or so. Shouldn't do much coming down the fall line pretty much on the green. Okay.
There you go. So a couple of pars from the 2 men sitting atop the leaderboard at 13. They walk up the hill to 14. Smoltz still continues to lead by 3. Back at 18, here's Patrick Peterson. A moment ago, Pro Bowl cornerback, plays for the Vikings now, 30 years of age. Man, was he great with the Cardinals. Terrific shot there, my Patrick. Happy birthday, by the way. 31 years of age today is Patrick. As we go to 14 and Tony Romo.
That was a good looking swing right there.
Oh, that music means one thing. The Olympics begin July 23rd.
And they start just a couple of weeks from now, Steve, and I don't think this event is in the games, but who knows? Maybe that person is training. And on the 14th tee, is the leader, John Smoltz. A 3-point lead. Dogleg right. Something less than driver in his hands.
Yeah, it looks wide down there, Jimmy, but a lot of players have been hitting it in the lake to the left, so that avoids it.
Yeah, but that's the issue, is driving it through the fairway, and we've seen a number of players doing that too. And now up at the green, Annika with what looks to be about maybe 25 feet left.
Yeah, almost 30. This should be breaking a little bit left to right here. It'd be great if she could get one to go in.
Yeah. Not going to make it.
Hasn't hit it quite close enough to the hole other than the par 3, number 12.
18.
Now we saw the second shot of Patrick Peterson here at this par 5. Oh, Patrick, you know what? You got to jump in the water when you make an eagle at 18. They're all going in.
Look at this.
Look at that scene. Oh, it's so great. Hey, might want to stick with football. Not going to qualify for diving over in Tokyo. As we go back to Tony Romo. By the way, the Olympics were held nearby here. 1960, the Winter Games were held at Squaw Valley. The first Winter Olympics ever on television held right here in the Lake Tahoe area. How about that?
I know that.
Yeah.
And you remember, Steve, the United States won the gold medal in hockey.
Yeah, guess who they beat?
The Soviet Union.
Beat the Soviet Union.
We remember the miracle on ice 20 years later, but we forget about that one.
A lot of the infrastructure in this area created due to the 1960 Winter Olympic Games, which really helped propel this area get on to the world scene. That one's racing.
He is not laying back, that's for sure. Playing aggressively.
That's his nature, Kurt.
Now at the 17th with Aaron Rodgers. All right, so we know the craziness that goes on at 17. Let's go all the way back to the first ever American Century Championship. Look at the difference between then and now. This was yesterday. The crazy scene, the noise, the energy, just incredible what's transformed at 17 over the years. And how about all the things and all the people who have taken part in this event? We have to talk about the one U.S. Vice President, Dan Quayle.
Yeah.
We saw him.
And
Kira Dixon,
the one Miss America.
Miss
How
America.
cool is that?
How about the points scored? More than 1 million. All the All-Star appearances, the gold medals, the Heisman trophies. It's a who's who. It's an amazing run, this American Century
As you mentioned, the leaderboard, we got baseball, we have basketball, golf, hockey, tennis, Hollywood. It's such an eclectic group.
How are you not on the Walk of Fame in Hollywood, Peter? With all of your accolades, making it 9 instead of 8.
I'm all coast, almost.
Look at this. Aaron Rodgers giving out golf balls to the adoring fans. Is there a Walk of Fame in Eugene, Oregon?
I don't think so.
When they create one, he'll be on it.
No. That's for Phil Knight and Mariota.
You got to explain what pre means.
Steve Prefontaine.
Okay, very good.
All right, now Tony Romo. Oh, wow. What's he doing there, Kurt?
Just trying to get a feel for what it is doing halfway to the hole. But boy, more than a tester here. This is outside 6 feet for par. Okay, good save. He's had a couple 3-putts on this back 9 already.
Kurt, I got to be thinking the reason he's hitting it so aggressively is that he knows if he makes bogey, he's not going to lose any points. But he needs to make the birdies to be able to jump up the leaderboard.
Exactly. That's exactly how he's thinking, although you wouldn't want a 3-putt and lose the point that you should have had anyway. And he's had a couple 3-putts. Annika has a little bit of work left here, just outside 3 feet. It's uphill, though, and reasonably straight, so it shouldn't be a problem. And I think she's thinking the same thing, Peter. You know, pick up a point here and then see if you can't make at least 3 birdies on the way in.
Wow.
So let me just dial it down.
So with this bogey, she's going to stay 7 back. That would have been 1 point. Close a little bit toward the lead.
Spent some time with Sean Payton the last couple of days, and man, is he having a good time out here, the New Orleans Saints coach, at the 9th for par. Great to have him here. No Drew Brees for Sean Payton this season for the first time in a long time in New Orleans. Smoltz now just gets it over the rough and the bunker and onto the putting surface at 14.
Gets tough on the back 9 on Sunday of any championship.
At 16 now.
And Justin Timberlake for par. Let's see if he can get it to drip in. Nope, but he's gone to the hat backwards now, so I think that's an indicator of he's coming down the home stretch.
Yeah, as he approaches 17, so he knows what's coming.
He's good with the fans, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Another guy that's good with the fans, this man, NFL MVP, Super Bowl MVP, golf commentator too, because he'll tell you what he's thinking, although he's curiously silent here. Amazing. All right, Steve, you're a betting man, right? If this goes in, I think we'll hear from him. Well, the lips are moving.
Yeah, he was murmuring.
Yeah, he was. So.
As we go to 17 now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, baby.
Oh,
get in there.
Steve, you know, we talk about the great stories in sports.
Oh, man.
This, you know, was almost tragic. You know, after he broke his leg and all the surgeries and, you know, the possibility that he was going to lose a limb. But he came back and he's just doing great.
Wonderful to see him back in good health. Vinny Del Negro.
Get down, get down. All right.
He's going to spin away from the hole. But all three golf balls in that final group are on the putting surface. How are they going to handle the heat and the pressure that is the American Century Championship coming down the stretch?
All right, this just a moment ago, Travis Kelce, the demonstrative one, minus 15 points. This for birdie at 16. Boom. And you better be careful if you want to chest bump the man. Do it gently, Justin. And now they're with Damon.
I got Travis and Patrick and Justin Timberlake. Take us through that tremendous birdie on 16. Nice skills.
Tremendous. Well, Justin just told me to hit it in the hole, so, you know, just listen to my guy right here. Yeah. He makes it real easy on me. I might ask him to caddy for me next year. Just
yeah, he asked if he could get a read. I said, just in the hole, bro. And he just banged it in there. They may want to check. He may have dented the back of the hole. Yeah. Good putt, buddy. Good putt, bro.
Mahomes, what do you do better this year than you did last year in your debut?
You know, I just kept up with my golf ball. I didn't lose 25 like last year. I'm only lost like 4. So as long as you keep up with your golf ball, you at least get some points.
The nice ones are expensive.
You know,
the nice ones are really expensive.
These days, man, I'm telling you, these golf balls go for so much.
What's next for you, JT? A new album? Are you touring? What can we look for? You make us dance.
Well, after I get off 18, I'm going to go take a nap. I'm 40 now, so, you know, naps are like a thing. And then after that, I'll finish up my record.
Can I get
about 80% done.
Can I get a feature?
Let's go.
Let's get on it then.
You're pretty strong, boy. There we go. We're breaking news.
Here first, folks.
You know, it's just too bad that they're not having a good time out there, you know?
He's made one every day. Friday, Saturday.
Get in. Oh. Well, Timberlake's really enjoyed playing with Patrick and Travis in the last few days. Get in. Oh, whoa. Just knocked it down from 7 feet to 8 feet.
You know he's going to keep doing this till he makes it. He wants to make 3 days in a row.
Looked like it was about an 8-foot hoop. Now it's about a 7-foot hoop. Oh, he banks it in. There you go. It was that extra foot that he had there. Look at that.
I caught backboard.
Great shot, Justin. Now John Smoltz in a serene setting of 14. Oh. As we go back to 17, Patrick Mahomes. Pretty good shot there.
It's a big wide green. It's got a small window off the tee with trees on the left, and there you look back, you can see the trees on the right of your screen. It's just a short iron, but there's a lot going on down there.
Peter, Travis is a large individual.
Yes.
How do you play golf when you're that tall?
Well, there's been some players.
Phil Blackmore.
Weiskopf. Dustin Johnson. I played a lot of golf when I lived in Portland with Clyde Drexler, Buck Williams. They're pretty good. You got talent, you get the right set of clubs that fit you, and you can do it.
Oh, look out.
Matt Kuchar's a pretty big man, too.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, he's got a very flat swing, which is unusual for a man that big, right, Peter?
Yeah, it's more around. He swings his arms around his body, which gives it that flat look. But that's one of the things I see, Jimmy, to start talking about technical aspects of the golf swing. A lot of these athletes, they're too steep coming down in their downswing, which is why they hit a lot of errant shots.
Let's see what Justin Timberlake can do here.
That was really good.
Oh, good shot. Justin Timberlake. How about that?
There's proof. There's proof right there.
There we go. You have to have a lot of confidence to dance alongside Justin Timberlake, who's one of the great entertainers in the world. So Justin Timberlake. How about Friday off glass? Yep, we got that one. Yesterday, not using glass, rattled it home. That's right, 2 days in a row. Now, we need to have another one from Justin. There you go. The trifecta. The basket lowered about a foot there from the previous shot, but Justin, 3 for 3 this week.
Told John Smoltz, tournament leader. 14 just a moment ago.
That's that tricky rain, that pesky 5-6 footer, Jimmy.
Tough 3-putt there for the leader Smoltz, so he'll remain at 65 points. Now Vinny Del Negro. Has to creep just a little closer. Oh, Vinny Del Negro now within 2. Has 63 points. And once again, Americans will begin their day watching the best golfers in the world compete on the rugged shores of the North Sea at Royal St. George's Golf Club in England at the 149th playing of the Open Championship. The Open starts Thursday on Golf Channel, continues Saturday on NBC and Golf Channel. Cannot wait to start calling the action at Royal St. George's, where Peter Jacobsen had one of the more bizarre moments in the history of this sport.
I'm the leading
1985,
tackler.
right?
85. I'm the leading tackler on tour with 1.
Now, Patrick Mahomes is used to sometimes getting tackled, as is Travis Kelce, but never before were they in a situation like you were in at 85.
No, and the guy I tackled didn't have any clothes on.
No clothes. A streaker came out in 85 at the Open, and yes, our lead analyst Peter Jacobsen decided to tackle him.
I took him down.
Yeah.
But then I had to putt through his sits mark on the green, and I missed it and made bogey.
Try Googling that at home and take a look at those pictures, ladies and gentlemen. Not suited for television. 17 here with Patrick Mahomes. Get some legs.
Good touch.
Okay. That's going to end a streak of 5 holes with a double and 4 consecutive bogeys. So Patrick makes a 3 at 17. Now Kelce, can you make a par here, Peter?
Wouldn't that be great? Do it. As Kurt Byron said, first couple days walking with him, he's got some talent, got a beautiful swing, good rhythm.
Incredibly gifted human being. As we go to 15.
Tony Romo for Bernie. Annika Sörenstam has already missed with her attempt. Wow. Wow. Back to 17.
Justin Timberlake. And we will let the crowd enjoy this one if it goes in.
You know, this guy loves golf so much. I go back to what Bob Hope said way back. He said, I'm actually a professional golfer, but I let the music pay the bills.
That's great. Oh, you know, Justin wanted that too at 17. As we go to the 9th now, and Larry, the cable guy. Oh, that's nice.
What a nice shot.
Look at Larry.
Go in.
Cable guy. Get in.
That is the epitome of getting her done.
What a shot. I told you, man. He told us earlier, I'm hitting the ball well, just not making any putts. Guess what? Don't pull the putter out of your bag, Larry. Just make them from off the green. That was awesome. To 15.
All right, second shot now for tournament leader John Smoltz from the right rough. Uphill par 3. Excuse me, par 4. Wow. That is not going to be easy. That's a tough leave right there.
Yeah, that 15th hole, Jimmy, that's a blind tee shot up the hill, and look how tight it is.
Only 2 birdies on this hole today.
I like the gap that I do too. See that tree right in there. Where would I go with the red and green? Yeah, I like that. I think I'm going to hit this pretty full because we got it on the last one too. I think I'm going to hit pretty full. I like it. Yeah, agree.
This has been
good
the
swing,
third.
good tempo. A little right of it you like? Yeah, a little right. Yeah.
Staying the 3rd hardest hole this week.
Yeah.
Playing to a stroke average of almost 4.85. Hole location in the middle left portion of the green.
I like the advice, Jimmy. Keep it right of the hole. Short side at left makes things a lot tougher. That's 128.
Be right,
wedge.
be right. Be right.
Good looking shot, just right of it.
All right. As called for, so Vinny Del Negro happy with that shot. Just 2 points back. John Smoltz, the tournament leader here. The American Century Championship on the final day. Both Smoltz, Del Negro have never won. They're being chased by Sörenstam, who's won a lot of other things, and Tony Romo, who's won here twice. All right, doesn't look like a good stance for John Smoltz. 3rd at the 15th. Tournament leader by 2.
Wow.
That is good work from there.
It's good to get it out.
Right?
To hit it that far.
Over at 16, the defending champion, Marty Fish. This for birdie. And another one for Fish, who birdied 12 and 13, so adds another one at 16. Back over at 15. Jack Wagner still struggling.
Well, Alec Baldwin is back as the boss baby in DreamWorks. The boss baby family business. This time he's got some help from Amy Sedaris as the new boss baby in town. Show your family who's boss. The Boss Baby family business is now streaming only on Peacock. That kid looks like the boss baby. 17 at the beach. Everybody having a good time out here in Tahoe, young and old.
All right, so back at the 15th hole now. Quick reset for you. John Smoltz, tournament leader by 2 over Vinny Del Negro, with whom he's playing. Sörenstam and Romo, one group ahead, both tied at 59. And if you take a look at wins by occupation, both baseball and football tied at 11. And Smoltz is trying to nudge the American national pastime ahead. Kind of surprising that hockey's back with 6. So many hockey players who are good, although I would imagine some of that figure is skewed by Rick Broden. Took a bunch of these years ago. Smoltz, a very, very good player. All these guys at the top of the leaderboard, Roger, are good players. It's just now we're going to find out exactly how good they are.
Well, now it is time to play when it counts. And Smoltz is struggling here at 14. This putt 4 par. I think he'll go a little to his left.
You know, all these guys, and Annika as well, they all know pressure and they know what it feels like, but you would have kind of imagined that Annika is the only one who knows what pressure feels like on a golf course in this situation.
I would agree. I mean, she's forgotten stuff about this game that these guys are still learning, really. So I would have thought she'd have a big advantage in that regard. For par.
Oof. So unable to pick up a point there, although the drive over in the right rough is eventually what cost Smoltz. So John Smoltz with the 2-point lead for the time being, and over on the 17th hole. A lot of unusual stories here. One of the more unusual ones that I like, this is Kyle Williams, who was a defensive tackle for the Bills, and Andrew Whitworth, who we saw a little bit earlier, was an offensive tackle for the Rams. Now, they went to rival Louisiana high schools, actually played against one another in the 1998 state championship game at the Superdome, won by Whitworth's West Monroe High School. The pair went on to be roommates at LSU, where they won a BCS national championship together in 2003. Williams, of course, also quite an accomplished golfer. And now back at 15, this is Vinny Del Negro for a birdie and sole possession of the lead. This would nudge him 1 ahead of John Smoltz. Nope. Never online, so he'll tap that in for the par. So now it's just a 1-stroke lead, or 1-point lead, I should say. Smoltz ahead of Del Negro. We've got 2 par 5s ahead of them in the 17th hole. And now over at the 16th, Tony Romo trying to knock it on in 2, Kurt.
Yeah, after the adjustment for the elevation, a 190 shot, and he mishit it, caught it.
Give over.
Thin, and what a mistake. If he knocks it on the green and has a shot at eagle, at worst makes birdie here. He gets himself in a position to catch those guys.
Yeah, that bunker's about 65 yards short of the green. It's a little deceptive, but this is going to be a hard shot. Steph Curry now.
He hit it a little left off the tee into some high grass and chopped it out to here. Just a wedge.
Front right hole location.
It's on a good line if he got the right distance.
Oh, he does.
Well, Steph sat down with his father Dell, Vince Carter, and several others for a roundtable discussion on the ongoing push for racial equality in this country.
Obviously, we went through hell pretty much. Last summer, obviously a pandemic and the killing of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and many others. It sparked a new, I think, energy in our country, a new awareness and awakening of how we all can be accountable, no matter where you come from, no matter what your experience is, to step up, and I feel like that's carried through.
Race in Sports in America, Conversations, Episode 2, debuts next Saturday, July 17th on Peacock. A lot of important things to discuss in the world these days, Jimmy.
All right, so Annika Sörenstam now, 3rd shot. She's 6 points behind. She has got to make birdie here. And she's left herself an awfully good opportunity there. And back to the tee. Vinny Del Negro up there. That tree you see in the distance, 210 yards. Raj?
He has driven the ball beautifully today, and you need one here if you're going to take advantage of this hole.
Cover on the bunker on the left is 251.
This looks like it's going to be really good.
Good one. Catch the hill, go down, probably just sneak into that first cut of rough, but that shouldn't be a problem for him. So Vinny Del Negro, mission accomplished. As he stalks John Smoltz.
Smoltz struggling the last couple of holes. 3 putted at 14 for bogey and made bogey at the last, so giving Del Negro opportunities to cut into his lead. This a low bullet should be good.
So we're getting down to the end. 1 point separating these two, neither of whom has ever won this championship they would so dearly like to win.
The 32nd American Century Championship is brought to you by Wheels Up. Learn more at wheelsup.com and fly private today. By Corbel California Champagne, make it gold, enjoy responsibly. By Corona Premier, lower carbs, lower calories, make it Corona Premier. And by American Century Investments, managing money, making an impact. Back out to the action now at 16.
And Tony Romo, 4th shot from just off the front of the putting surface. Looking good. Looking really good. How about that?
How about that? That's just what he needed. That's the first putt he's made, I think, in 30 holes.
Wow. And that is somewhat unlikely.
Totally.
Wow. 18.
Patrick Mahomes now at 18. Did he avoid the tree trouble?
Sacramento told me to tell you you're a bum. Watch out for Justin Herbert next year. I'll see it when I believe it. Yeah.
He said look out for Justin
Herbert, Oregon Duck.
Former Oregon Duck.
LA Charger. And Patrick having a little bit of fun saying, I'll see it when I believe it, Jimmy.
Rule 1, do not engage. Do not engage. Steph Curry, just a moment ago for birdie. Does he have it figured right? No, he doesn't. And now after that kind of surprising birdie from Tony Romo, and we'll just wait on Steph tapping in. After that surprising birdie from Tony Romo from off the front of the putting surface, Curtis Annika now for birdie, and she's got to make this.
This is a much easier one than Romo had. There's not a lot in this.
Yep.
There you go. Both of them.
How about
and they
that?
needed it.
That is so good.
All right. Getting interesting.
Game on. That's right. You know what they're all thinking about. There's a par 5 left. So now we've got a couple at 62. And they are 3 back of the lead with Vinny Del Negro right in between them.
Here's made a nice move today. Joe Pavelski is up to 54 points. He's going to fall short in his quest of winning, but he's played some good golf this week again.
He comes in as one of the tournament favorites. Another birdie for the hockey great.
Kind of like an empty netter. As we go back to 16.
All right, 2nd shot now. John Smoltz. Roger looks to be in perfect position.
And this from 223, and they saw up ahead what they didn't want to see, a fist bump from Annika. I think this is the one player they got to be really concerned about at this point.
Turn.
just right at the hole. It's just going to miss right.
Ooh, and it hangs up in that rough there. You can see it, so we're not sure what kind of lie he's going to have, but that is not what he had in mind. So then we'll go back up the fairway for second shot.
Just off the edge, but the lie is great. 2:14 left for Vinny.
Good tempo, good finish. How's the lie? Lie, it's okay. You can, with that club, you can get out of there. You don't have to go after it. Smoothly? Just smooth. Okay. Right at the tower. Good tempo, good finish. Finish, V. Get to the right side.
Last minute instructions.
Reminding himself to get to the right side, you know, because he's a lefty.
Get left a little.
Just got to get going.
Get left.
It comes up in the bunker, too.
Bunker? Yeah, the green. The one right by it.
So neither of these guys going to make it easy on themselves.
We're going to have a chance to see some short game magic here at 16.
17 now.
Steph draining some jumpers at the 17th, and this week here at the par 3 17th, any golfer recording a hole-in-one will receive $1 million, $500,000 to the golfer, $500,000 to the Stowers Institute for Medical Research on behalf of American Century. Haven't seen a hole-in-one here at 17 in quite some time. Joe Sakic.
Just rattle it in threes.
You know,
Colorado Avalanche's 4th ace in the history of the American Century Championship came right here at 17. This place will go nuts if it goes in today. What's that, Jimmy?
I was going to say, you know, Annika loves just about every sport there is.
Yep.
Timberlake was out there shooting threes. Somehow I just don't think at this point on the 71st hole of a well, it's actually not the 74th. I guess it's the 53rd hole of a competition. You know, I don't see her pausing to shoot free throws.
Well, she was guarding Steph a minute ago on a three-pointer, and he missed. So there you go.
Yeah, do it. 60 and then 71. 72 plays 67. So it's a full pitch.
Yeah, we're almost fully engaged now. He knows he's got a chance to win this thing. And as far as he hits it, and as soft as he can hit these irons with that front hole location, it's very doable. Well, he hit it thin.
Yeah.
I mean, there's only one way that he does that, and that's if the nerves kicked in.
Well, he did that yesterday, Kurt. Did
it's
the same
nerves,
thing.
I'm telling you.
Let's go up to 18. Justin Timberlake to close out his championship. Does so with a par. To Annika at 17, 3 holes in one in her LPGA Tour career. For Annika, her sister Charlotta made 6.
Get up a little.
It does. She'll have a birdie putt. I'm not sure the laser focus is still quite the same for Annika with 1 hole remaining, playing a little D on Steph. She checked him pretty nicely there.
Right up on him,
hand in the face.
Impressive.
No foul. Can't look at the ref for that one.
You know, she was a great tennis player. I mean, she loves all sports. We've had an opportunity to spend a bunch of time with her through the years because she's done some work with us, and we know that she's game for just about anything recreationally.
Steph just hasn't had his best stuff today. This is a little left.
Finds the green, but quite a ways away from the cup. back to 16.
All right, third shot for Del Negro now from the bunker. Got to get it close. Looks like his foot might have slipped a little bit right there. So an opportunity for birdie. And 3 points there for Vinny. And now third for John Smoltz, Roger.
Yeah, delicate little chip here, but a chance to put enormous pressure on Del Negro with a good one. Hammered it.
Wow. So the story, Titans 1 point, the lead for John Smoltz. We'll be right back. Back in Lake Tahoe here, Vinny Del Negro for birdie at 16. Does it make it? Just comes up short.
Wow.
Over to 17 now.
Let's see what Tony Romo has to offer after that bizarre tee shot here at the par 3.
What is that? He can do this. And he did. Oh, how about it?
Oh, man.
Telling you. If that had gone in. He's going to pick up a point, tap it in. And it moved to 63.
Let's go back to 16 and see if Smoltz can make one.
All right. After Del Negro unable to convert, Smoltz does.
Whoa.
So that was a crucial putt for John Smoltz, who puts just a little bit of daylight between he and Del Negro, as well as Romo and Sörenstam.
Now back at 17. Romo tapped in for his par. Annika waiting for her birdie putt because Steph Curry's got a long one coming up here, Kurt.
He does. Obviously, he is really popular, and a lot of people, I mean, he was taking pictures, signing autographs all the way to the green, but he would really be giving them something to cheer for if he would make this.
Good speed for Steph. You better go get a towel out. He's going to be jumping in the water.
I will tell you this. Yeah, he will be. I give Romo a lot of credit. He hit that bad iron off the tee, and then he turns around and he almost holds the bunker shot. That is really heady stuff.
Strong.
Yeah, he needs to get prepared.
So now with Smoltz making that birdie, Kurt, back at 16, he's at 68 points. We see the scoring with the modified Stableford scoring system there on the screen. So Kurt at 62 and 6 back. This is a must make for Annika.
Yeah, she's well aware, and so is Tony Romo, what the score is right now. So they know what they have to do. This is very makeable. Actually, Tony's standing right beside me. Tony, 68's the lead.
Smoltz birdie.
You got to make something happen coming in here. Smoltz birdied on the last hole. This is makeable right here. A little downhill, maybe a double breaker. Got a chance if it gets there.
Oh, just missed on the right side.
Well, that par 5, Eagles are possible.
now Vinny Del Negro. You know what? If you're going to be a basketball player, why not grow up in Springfield, Massachusetts, where the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame is, and that is where Vinny was born and raised. So it figures he would be an excellent basketball player and also a coach in the NBA. And because of what Smoltz just did, Roger, the door is ajar here for Vinny.
Absolutely. 9-iron in hand. It's time to get aggressive.
Former NBA guard and NBA head coach. He is honing in on perhaps his first win ever here in Tahoe. We are back. Second shot at 17 for John Smoltz. And
pretty shot here. Big league.
Man. He is making it tough on himself.
Now the 18th tee, Tony Romo. He's 5 points back of the lead.
Are they more than 360s? Yes, they are.
So now Smoltz with his third shot at this par 3.
Up and down. He loses 0 points. Pretty good. That was huge.
If he doesn't get that up and down, he drops back to 66. And who knows what happens then. So here we are at 18 with Tony Romo.
He had to wait quite a while for the fairway to clear. This is blocked right. It's going to be in the trees right.
He needed an eagle for 6 points there, but it's going to be a tall task from that position on 18 as we go back to Vinny Del Negro now at the 17th. Roger.
Putt, to me, it's downhill, and to me it looks like it's going to go a little right early on. The putt may straighten up in the area of the cup, but I think overall it's got a little left to right motion in it. But it would be a wonderful time to make one.
You know, Roger, if Smoltz makes his little one and Vinny makes this long one, they'll be tied. 68 atop the board. A lot of drama. Such a cool format. It's such a great way to have this championship decided.
After that drive Romo hit, I mean, we can't count it out. He or Annika, but this is kind of coming down to a two-man, two-person race.
Get a sense by the time he's taking on this one, he knows how important this putt is.
Huge putt for Vinny.
His turn there with Jack. Now Annika on the tee.
Now she can get this in 2, give herself a putt for eagle.
Birdie the first 2 days for Annika. She's looking for the big bird here. She needs 6 points. And she was saying all week that 18's reachable for her, so she does have a chance. Wagner now for his birdie to get to 60.
Playing some better golf here in the last couple of holes, but it'll be too little too late for him.
Back-to-back birdies for Jack in 16 and 17. The two-time champion of this event. So now here's the deal with Del Negro, Roger. Make this, and he gets to 66 points within 2 of the lead.
Pretty much straight in.
Okay. Makes his 3. Now we know the pressure rises at the end. John Smoltz talked about nerves. I've never been nervous in baseball, John said, but I sure do get nervous in golf because I know there are a couple of shots I just don't have, said Smoltz. Those kinds of nerves are real. I don't know what I would have done if I felt those kind of nerves in baseball. So as he makes that 4 at the 17th, the lead as they walk to the last is just 2 for John Smoltz. A moment ago now at 18, Steph Curry on the tee.
Oh, it's perfect down that left side.
Let's go to the other side of the golf course now. Charles Barkley at the 7th. Ah, good to see Charles make a par. He is not going to get inside that top 70. But he did play probably the best golf of his life here.
He's
at the American
getting
Century Championship. He's definitely improving.
60 carry 175.
Yeah.
With a fade.
You good? Where you start?
I have to start Little League. At the flag. But I want to make sure that...
Yeah, exactly. Start at the flag and say your normal shot.
Well, faded.
Oh, correct. Normal fade, but normal distance for that club.
Yeah.
198 to the hole. The limb on that pine tree up ahead is a little bit of a problem if she gets this up quick. I think she's going to try to hold this off and play a little bit of a cut. There's a little right to left breeze. She could hold it up and land it softly. Oh, missed the limb.
Too much.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to go into the bunker.
Well, actually, I'd rather have the bunker right there than in that rough. She can at least spin that coming down the hill.
She's going to have to make that bunker shot to get to 69 points. With Smoltz at 68, Del Negro at 66. A lot of scenarios could take place here at the 18th at Edgewood Tahoe. Now Kurt. Golly, this looks so similar to where Madonna was on Friday, and you were there.
I was.
Left side of the fairway.
Amazing shot. First time in the history of this event. The double eagle from Modano. Steph hit iron off the tee and absolutely smoked it. And this is a lofted club for a second. What a shot.
Oh, that close to another 10. What a great
he
golf
loves
shot.
this last hole. He's hit some great shots in the history here at the American Century Championship. Takes it just over the flag, just to the right, and then boom, brings it back.
Close this came to going in. The excitement here in Tahoe all the way to the bitter end. Come back and see how it finishes up. At the 18th now with Tony Romo hitting his second.
Had to clear all the people back. He's got a lane through the trees trying to punch and run it. This actually looks pretty good if it slows down a hair. Came through there too quick. It was either hit that shot or just kind of punch out to the left and flip a sand wedge on.
Yeah, Kurt, so now he's in the back bunker. Annika's in the bunker to the right of the green. Both of them pretty much need to make their bunker shots. As Tony walks up to the 18th green, we're going to come back and check in on all the things that are happening here at the last hole. Back on the 18th tee, Vinny Del Negro, 2 points back of the lead held by John Smoltz.
He's been driving it beautifully all day. This is the tightest fairway here on the golf course. So he needs a bullet here. Looks like he just did it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that is
really good.
Really well positioned. Up ahead, Romo, kind of a must make.
Yeah, that was on an upslope, which I don't know if it helped him or not. This is good looking, though.
Wow,
how about this shot?
Well, how about the 2 bunker shots?
Wow.
17 and 18.
What a terrific effort there from Tony Romo. We'll go back to the leader now in the all-important tee shot here at the 18th.
Less than driver. Trying to just fit it down there on the left side.
Long stare.
Ooh, caught the tree and dropped straight down.
Now Annika from the bunker. Never had a chance. Never had a chance. So the best Annika and Tony can do now that they did not make their bunker shots around the green at 18 would be to make birdie. Both of them could get to 66, where Del Negro is now, and Smoltz is at 68. So this is not done yet by any means. Let's check in on Dylan Dreyer at the 9th. Oh, come on, Dylan. Yeah. Oh, somewhere Al Roker, Savannah, and Hoda are going bananas.
It's been a great week for Dylan and her husband Brian on the bag, expecting their new addition here in a couple of months.
Hey, that's got to make the highlights tomorrow morning on the Today Show. Dylan Dreyer making a birdie at her last hole. Come on. Here's Charles Barkley's second shot at the 8th. Good shot.
Speaking of making birdie at the last year Charles made birdie on the 9th hole, which was his 54th. First birdie last year.
Good shot
for Charles.
He might make one at 8.
Let's do it.
Nice shot there by Charles. Now Annika. Make this, get to 66. You never know what's going to happen behind you.
She's probably thinking that exact thing. I'm going to make her the favorite for the U.S. Senior Women's Open, though, coming up.
It's a good call, Kurt, as we go back to John Smoltz.
Well, he pulled it into the tree, drops down and backwards from the tree. He does have an open runway at the green. He's got 256 to the front, but he's laying up. And that should be just fine, setting himself up for a wedge.
How about Steph Curry almost making the second double eagle here at 18 this week? Instead, he makes an eagle and 6 points. Steph, 17 points today. Not exactly what we were looking for, but he did finish strong. How about that? So he ends up tying Seth. So now what's going to happen?
Oh, Dad's going.
Does that mean Dad's
going swimming?
By the way, I saw Dell on the range today. He looked back and goes, I brought my swimsuit just in case.
Well, he's going to need it.
He might need it. Or he's going to go fully clothed in there. It is chilly. That water's a little on the chilly side.
Maybe run a wetsuit.
Now, Tony Romo. It's amazing. A year ago, he had to withdraw prior to the final round with a wrist injury. And now here he is with a chance, if he makes this, with a chance to perhaps get himself into a play or be the winner. 66. 66, Peter, the clubhouse lead.
Wow, that was an amazing shot from that back bunker. Down the hill toward the water. Impressive.
Annika makes a par. 63 for Annika. Excuse me, 64. I apologize. She earned a point for that par. Can Charles make his first birdie of the week here on his second to last hole?
Oh, do it. Close.
So Charles makes a par there at the 8th as we go to the 18th now, and Vinny Del Negro 2 points back.
55 or 60, 55.
And just a perfect tee shot here. 177 left.
55 feet. Let me ask you a question. You like it right over this, right? Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Full 9? Full 9. All right, gotcha. 55. No problem. Seen it.
And it's a shot.
Tempo.
You just have to hit it right at the hole. A mistake left here, and that's it.
Del Negro has gone birdie the first 2 days here at 18. Steph just made that eagle in front of him. And Patrick Peterson, the only 2 eagles of the day. A good shot here from Vinny could set him up very, very nicely.
Tempo. Smoothly. Come on, baby. Good. 1, 2, roll.
Oh, be right!
Boy, this is a pretty shot. Pretty shot.
Yes, it is. Oh, and it checks up for him. So Vinny has an eagle putt from just above the hole.
Yeah, he heard you, Roger. Right of the hole. Smart play, middle of the green.
And we know that John Smoltz is a quick player, Roger. He's ready to go.
Yeah, he goes quick. He doesn't take any time at all. I don't even think he's away here, but he just got up and hit.
Okay, a little cautious there.
So John line 3, Vinny line 2. Vinny,
if he makes eagle, he jumps to 72. And Smoltz with a birdie goes to 71. So all things being equal, that's it.
Yeah, Vinny has a putt for the win.
You're right.
No matter what Smoltz does.
Right.
Go. Oh.
Jack Wagner asking for it to go. Okay, underneath the hole. I'll tell you the more interesting scenario than that, if it doesn't take place, is if Vinny 2 putts for his birdie to get to 69, and Smoltz misses his birdie putt and pars for 1, he would get 69 and be a playoff.
Exactly. Now,
scenarios.
Both those putts are coming downhill. Obviously, Smoltz is longer, but it's fast and it's tricky and it's nervy time. And don't forget, these guys aren't professional golfers. Smoltz played a lot of tournaments. He's played a lot of tournament golf, as Vinny has. But still, they have an A by their name.
Smoltz made a par and an eagle the first couple of days. He's not made a birdie yet this week here at 18. But the tournament right now is in Vinny Del Negro's hands.
You know what was great what Annika said, playing with Romo and Curry. She said it's so much fun to be out here with these stud athletes, knowing that they're playing her sport and working so hard at it and trying to learn and get better. It made her proud of the game of golf.
Let's think of the moments these two guys have been in their careers professionally. Vinny Del Negro played 12 seasons in the NBA for Phoenix, Golden State, Milwaukee, San Antonio, Sacramento. He's also been a head coach at the highest level in the NBA. John Smoltz He's a starter, a reliever, Cy Young Award winner, Hall of Fame pitcher. And right now, you have to feel that the pressure on them is higher than it was anytime they ever stepped on the floor or on the bump for Smoltz.
And the reason is because they know what they're doing on the baseball diamond or on the basketball floor. But here, they question what they do. So if this putt goes in for Vinny and he wins this thing, he's probably going to look at that as one of the greatest accomplishments in his athletic career.
But first, Roger, it's going to be Smoltz for birdie.
And he has to be very careful with pace here. Green starts to run away from him just short of the hole, and you can easily run this by 4 or 5 feet. Make Vinny Del Negro do something heroic.
Oh, that's exactly what just happened, Roger.
A lot of golf left.
Yep. A lot of scenarios, as Steve was saying. We've got a little tickler right there for Smoltz. He could end it right here if he makes this.
Wagner next to go. Coming off a couple of birdies in a row, so it'd be a nice way to finish off the day for him. It's been a tough day.
Good week for Jack Wagner. Really good week. Gave it a valiant effort. Just came up a little bit short in this final round. So 54-year-old John Smoltz misses his birdie. Now the other 54-year-old in this group, Vinny Del Negro, has a chance to win the American Century Championship if this eagle putt goes down.
Yeah, but this is a slippery one, Steve.
Yeah.
You know, this is not one just to get fired up over and knock it way past the hole. He needs to ensure that he makes birdie, makes 4 and makes birdie, and then Smoltz is forced to hole his. So got to be very careful here.
Yeah, I think that's probably the more likely happening here. Vinny's going to trickle this down, hope it goes in, but if not, he picks up 3, gets to 69, and then Smoltz has got to make that.
For the win. Just a little bit tentative there.
Just a little lagadocious, that's all.
So now, Vinny Del Negro leaps to 69 points. Smoltz with 68 has to make this par putt for 1 point to force a playoff. And in the history of the American Century Championship, there have only been 2 playoffs. The last came in 1994 when Dick Anderson won, and in 1991 the first time it happened when Rick Rhoden was a winner that year over Bill Lambier.
So what do you think, Raj?
Well, I think he's got to keep it inside of the hole on the right with some speed. But it's a tough position to be in, and he's the guy that's been driving the bus all day. And now this to survive and go on to a playoff.
Clutch.
Okay.
Very, very smooth. So John Smoltz and Vinny Del Negro will play an extra hole.
MLB versus NBA.
A pair of 54-year-olds will decide this American Century Championship. The playoff begins when we come back here to beautiful South Lake Tahoe. We are back at Edgewood Tahoe for the 3rd ever playoff in the American Century Championship. Dick Anderson in 1994. 3 years prior, Rick Rhoden got it done in 1991. And they're going to go back to the 18th tee, this reachable par 5. Hit a good tee shot and play aggressively, see how it goes.
I want to hit first. I want to play
Why?
first because I want to put pressure on the
second
opponent.
guy.
Yeah. Now, obviously, you don't get to choose. I'm not sure how the format plays out. Who goes first? If they're they're going to draw.
Play well here? Well, it was finish first. Finish first, all you pick first. Yeah. It's a 1 and a 2.
So Vinny drew the 1, which means that he will be the one to choose.
So much like they just finished the 18th hole, Vinny got up and he piped it.
Right.
And then John got up second and he hit the tree on the left with a 3-wood. So will that change? Will that play out the same?
Vinny would love to have the same tee shot. It couldn't have been any better.
Roger, you on board with that? When you're in a 2-man playoff, you want to be hitting first?
Yes. I think almost always. I can't think of many situations where you would not want to be. You want to dictate play. As soon as you hit a good one, and you got to believe you're going to hit a good one, you put the pressure on the other player. That's the way you like it.
In fact, if I'm Smoltz right now, I'm not watching Del Negro. I'm going to let my caddy tell me what the play is. Could be driver, which tells me that he hits a good one. Could be an iron. Maybe it's a hybrid. That tells me that maybe Vinny didn't hit a good drive.
Tell you what's interesting, Roger. Vinny has a driver in his hands, and we see John Smoltz has one as well. And in regulation, Smoltz hit less than driver on the tee at 18.
Well, his shot is a little bit of a draw, and it really sets up well to set it up to right and let it draw. I would think this would be a comfortable driver hole for Smoltz.
We shall see. Vinny's first, though.
Headed a little left, it looked like.
Oh, man, it's perfect.
Fine.
Came back perfect.
Yep.
Wolfpack Nation watching all over the country to see if Vinny Del Negro can get it done. Now Smoltz.
Oh, ugly, low. I mean, really low. It's going to chase out. But I don't believe that was planned. He hits it low, but not that low.
Yeah, you could tell, Raj, he kind of backed off on that pre-shot routine.
So Smoltz, just a touch of hesitancy there with the driver, and he did not hit that one very well. Time now for those who come to play, presented by Corona Premier. It's been a blast all week long. Ray Romano, and I'm punching the floating. Boom, right there. Charles Barkley, the ambassador, the mayor of South Lake Tahoe. Good to see Aaron Rodgers handing out some golf balls to the kids at the beach, and all the fun to be had by Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes, and a little bit of a Carlton dance from Alfonso Ribeiro. Justin Timberlake, entertaining in all kinds of ways. Yes, Justin, 3 consecutive days. And then Steph Curry from downtown. Look at that 3 from Steph Curry as we go back down to the ground, and Jimmy Roberts.
All right, thanks very much, Steve. Here with Jonathan Thomas, the President and Chief Executive Officer of American Century. Jonathan, I'm wearing my company's logo. You're wearing your company's logo, but all over. A gift, I understand, from Brett Baer. It's good. It's a good look.
It is from Brett, and I felt compelled to wear it. That's correct.
Listen, this has been an unusual week, you know, coming back a year after there were no fans. Now there are fans. Now we've got a playoff. A great week. What are your impressions?
Truly an amazing week. Obviously spectacular weather, hugely competitive golf, and it's coming down to 2 guys who have been coming here for a long time who consider this a goal in their life to attain this championship. It's very meaningful to both of them.
Yeah, well, listen, on behalf of all of us at NBC, I know we all want to say thank you. It's been a great week. We look forward to this every year.
Thank you. It's a pleasure being here. And again, we use this platform to tell our story of philanthropy and how we drive 40% of our profits each year to medical research. So thank you, Jimmy, for you and your team.
All right, Jonathan, good to be with you. As I said, Steve, let's head back to you.
All right, Jimmy, thank you very much. And Jonathan Thomas and everybody at American Century Investments, we thank you for being a partner with us here at NBC Sports. Charles Barkley, one of the guys who makes this tournament so special. Look at that. Oh, Charles. Now, let's see if he can finish with a par. How about that? Rolls it in. 3 consecutive pars to close out this final round. After a bit of a tough start, he has back-to-back tremendous days for Charles. The 2 best rounds he's ever shot here in his career at the American Century Championship. The last 2 days here this year. Roger, we're looking at Vinny Del Negro and John Smoltz. What happened with Smoltz there?
Well, Smoltz, I thought his tee shot might work out, just curved a little left, but it didn't. He is blocked by trees in front of him. He's looking up high. Like he may try to go right and draw it back. But from the rough, you talk about a scary shot, hard to pull off. He really doesn't have a chance to go left of the trees. I mean, it would just be a huge slice. He couldn't do it.
You have 8? I got 7. You like 8? Well, it all depends on your. Where were we over there? Left bed over there. Huh? Were we up further? Or were we here? I mean, it's 200. That means it's 180. That's 7? 8. You got 8? Yeah.
Caught a tree.
Came right down.
Pressure makes you do funny things.
Yeah.
You know, pitching it out in the fairway and trying to make 4 that way might have been his best chance, but he took on an amazing risk and paid for it.
Did he play more aggressively, perhaps, Peter, because he saw where Vinny Del Negro put his drive?
100%.
Yeah.
When Vinny hit that tee shot, John knew that he had to match it. And when he hit it to the right, he had to do something heroic, and he tried it. I give him credit for that. But to Roger's point, if he pitches it out, he can make a 4. Because making a 3 here it's rare.
So Smoltz is still away, right, Roger?
Yes. He didn't advance it but about 20 yards. 25, maybe. Going quick.
And he hits it into the penalty area, left of the green. So Smoltz in a massive hole. So now Vinny Del Negro, what's the strategy knowing that Smoltz is where he is?
Hit it right.
Stay right.
Keep it right. Keep it out of Lake Tahoe. Put it somewhere over there in the right.
Yeah. 155 Phoenix. 145, 150.
165.
Good swing. Good tempo.
Lock in. Lock in.
Yeah, smart
Del
play.
Negro, just short of the green. He's lying 2. When Smoltz walks up to the green, his next shot will be his 5th.
Right. He's got to make it. If not, he's going to lose. Well, he's going to lose nothing, but Vinny's going to make a very comfortable 5.
Smoltz's best ever finish here came in 2010 when he tied for 2nd. Del Negro's best ever finish here is a tie for 7th. That came last year, so Vinny is right there again, and he has this championship squarely in his sights. Here's our Mizuno shot of the day. The second and 18 in regulation for Vinny Del Negro. Trying to force a playoff. He entered the 54th hole, Peter, 2 points back. This was a money second shot.
Yeah, it showed me a lot. He stood right in there with all the nerves, and he hit the shot he needed to hit. And he almost made the putt for eagle.
Man, that was the Mizuno shot of the day for Vinny Del Negro. The 2-putt birdie got him to 69. Smoltz made the 4-5 footer up the hill for his par to get to 69 points. But this playoff belongs to Vinny Del Negro right now. John Smoltz hit his third in the water. So he needs to hole out for par. Vinny Del Negro just short of the green, lying 2. So he'll have a putter in hand.
With all the fireworks we've seen this week, I wouldn't put it past John to chip this in. John tried to qualify for the U.S. Senior Open and unfortunately didn't make it. It's going on in Omaha right now, Omaha Country Club. Jim Furyk's got the lead. He's played before. I think he's played in 4 Senior Opens.
And he told you if he would have qualified for the U.S. Senior Open in Omaha, he would have done what?
He would have still come and played the American Century Championship. It means that much to him. Gave it a good run.
Good shot, but that putt's going to be for 6.
Well, Peter, it's a pretty nice feeling to have 3 putts for a win.
It's comfortable, Raj, especially when it's tough as this green is, so much slope. He's going to have a big breaker from right to left.
It's not an easy one to get close, but just get it somewhere up in the vicinity where you can lag the next one.
Right.
You know.
Vinny Del Negro, Roger, has spent his life in basketball, playing, coaching, broadcasting the sport.
Yeah.
You got to figure this is one of the biggest, if not the biggest moments of his life. He has always wanted to be in this position.
Well, he played well today. He's clearly the guy that played the best, most consistent golf. Certainly between he and Smoltz. Couple of hops coming out of the fringe. That's not where I would have wanted to leave the ball for the next putt.
That may have been a bit of a nervy stroke.
That's not in the vicinity.
Still has 2 putts to win.
Well, it's interesting when you talked about whether this, what's this going to mean to Vinny? It's going to mean so much because this is way out of his element. He dropped the ball. He just made a turnover.
You think this matters? These guys are tight. This is a big, big spot. Roger, you got to get this down in 2.
Yes. So you got to stop the hands from shaking. Try to breathe slowly. Slow down the heartbeat. And just try to be as smooth as you can and just glide it up there somewhere near the cup. Should go to his left.
And there it is.
Great putt, Vinny.
In his 20th appearance, Vinny Del Negro becomes the first ever basketball player to win the American Century Championship, and he does it in the 3rd playoff in the history of this event. a birdie in the playoff, and Vinny Del Negro is pumped up. Take a look at this reaction.
That answers the question. Does this mean anything to him? You bet it does.
He should be jacked up. And you should hold that one digit above your head. Congratulations to Vinny. Jimmy, let's go down to you.
Well, an emotional Vinny Del Negro here. You came here first when you were 35 years old. You're 54 now. Is this something that you perhaps thought maybe this may or may not ever happen?
Of course, but what people don't know is I lost my father this Wednesday. And I wanted to play well for him. I thought of him the whole time. Every fairway, every shot, what he would tell me, toughen up, hit the shot. You're either good enough or not. Just hit it. And I stuck to my game plan. My caddy Dirk, who's been with me for years, was fantastic. And this is from my dad, you know. Thought of him every shot, you know. He was such a, I wouldn't be here without him, you know. So winning this tournament would mean so much to me, and performing well for him. Can't tell you what it means. It means the world to me.
I was going to ask you where this ranks for you, but I think I have an idea. If you could say something to your father right now, maybe it's not a fair question, but tell me, what would you say to him?
I did it for you. You're my rock. I love you. I miss you. And I won this for you. And man, it's tough. It's just so much stuff going through my head, but just every shot was like for him. Like every walk was for him. Every putt was for him. Because I wouldn't be playing in this thing. Was, you know, him pushing me all those years to play and tough it out. And whatever I was doing, playing, coaching, didn't matter. So this is from my dad, my wife Lynn, everybody. I love you, and I can't wait to celebrate with them.
Vinny, what a wonderful and meaningful win. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Jim. Thanks, Jim.
All right, Steve.
Whoa! Wow, the emotion pouring out of Vinny Del Negro, who did it for his father, Vincent Augustine Del Negro. What an emotional moment. A tremendous finish for Vinny Del Negro, a deserving champion, sitting above the leaderboard, winning in a playoff over John Smoltz in dramatic and emotional fashion. Join us later this week for the 149th Open Championship. Our live coverage starts Thursday morning at 4 a.m. Eastern Time over on Golf Channel, and continues Saturday right here on NBC. Coming up next, except on the West Coast, your local news tonight on NBC starting at 7 Eastern. Capital One College Bowl, followed by America's Got Talent. For all of the hard-working women and men on our NBC Golf crew, I'm Steve Sands saying so long from beautiful Edgewood Tahoe Golf Course, where we saw it all this week, on land, on water. Tremendous golf, amazing emotion from Vinny Del Negro. Congratulations to the basketball player who is the winner here of the American Century Championship.